Warcraft logo is on the screen right now, where only one of those characters
What?
is still a thing. I really should update it because everything has changed so much since I
Yep.
made that thumbnail. You know what? I'm gonna do that. The next time we're all together, we'll get like a scenic shot, and I'll update the thumbnail
Word.
to include everybody's characters. It's only right.
Hello.
All right, let's do the thing. That counts as an intro, yeah.
Is that
What?
an intro?
Wait, have we started yet?
Yeah, hit the button.
Hold up. Is
When?
my mic on? Are we
Yeah.
alive?
Yeah,
Are
you
we
here.
on? And
Oh
Wait,
shit.
have we started
there's
yet?
a silver bears floating around, so
There's a floating silver bear in the chat. Well,
specifically
Oh,
floating. No,
shit.
just
Look at that.
specifically floating bear.
floating bear.
I'm just gonna be in and out. It's okay. Got Animal Crossing to play.
Yeah.
Thank you, Animal Crossing, for still not sponsoring, even though I
Right?
played the game for like literally 2 months straight without stopping.
I mean, that seems to be like a lot of people's whole vibe with
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. It was
Have
the
you guys-
game. Oh, sorry. It was the game of quarantine. I think it's getting close to like 7 million copies sold or some shit.
Why don't they just get originals?
What were you saying, Davey?
I was say, have you guys played Stardew Valley?
I really like Stardew Valley.
Also played that
Yeah.
like crack at the
It's
beginning
very,
of quarantine.
it's very relaxing. It's very like, you know, like you're just
yeah,
gonna like
it's
sit in
nice.
your chair, not tense, and just do it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I
wait.
mean, just like
Really
chill
nice.
and do it. Yeah.
So you find it relaxing. That's interesting to me because it says a lot about me because I find that game to be like anxiety in a nutshell because the time is
On-
the time is always
I'm in-
ticking and I can never get enough done to satisfy my brain.
I'm gonna say games like that, games like Minecraft, stuff like that. At first, same thing. I'm very overwhelmed when I like the first time I played Minecraft, I freaked out. I was like, this is like too much. But it's like once you
Yeah.
like get into a groove of things, and once like you start getting like like the way things are categorized and like the whole groove of it, it's kind of like everything then just flows into a thing, and it's like you can like forget about it, or at least that's like it for me.
Yeah, man,
I don't
that's
know.
exactly it. Like when I was
Yeah,
playing
like,
Stardew
it's-
Valley, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't have said that better myself. Like
The thing for
I'd like a
that's why you
schedule,
did
you
it.
know.
yeah, I
I was
think
like,
like
today's the day to feed my husband.
Minecraft is that game. If Minecraft had been around when I was in like junior high, you know,
Yeah.
if I got into it back then, I'm sure I would have been a fiend for it, like 100%. Like I know I would have lost my mind at the limitless potential of what you could build. But by the time it came out, it came out when I was at my most busy playing like the least amount of video games ever in my life. Like, you know, way less than I'm playing these days. So I just like I messed with it a couple of times, but I was like, there's no way that I could put in the kind of time it's gonna take to like really get into this game, and so I never did. But I see why it's so popular and
The
it
thi-
has so
the
much
thing
legs,
I've come
you
to
know.
realize this. The reason the thing that about, and I think this is how you can like differentiate between. I don't want to say the good ones, but the ones that like really expand upon it, where it's like games that don't end, like Minecraft, WoW, Stardew Valley, like all those games and stuff like that, where it's like you can all your time is always paid off in some kind of way, whether if it's like if you're playing like Animal Crossing and like the quality of your town and like your structures, or in Minecraft, like how much blocks you have, like how much money you have in World of Warcraft, your gear, things like that, where it's like there's there's always something that your time and that you're grinding to, and it's always getting bigger and bigger, and it's kind of like you can always just, it's like really the sky is the limit, and it's like I think once you hit something like that, there's something about replayability that's fun, that's really really, I don't know, I find it very, they go hand in hand some way. Like I'm
Mhm.
not doing it justice, like saying, because like I'm just talking on top of my head, but it's like, yeah.
No, I get what you're saying because I definitely had that, and I still do with certain games. Like, but it's games that have a smaller sample size, like Tetris 99, or Slay the Spire, or Binding of Isaac. Like those games, I have hundreds of hours in, but I play them in like 20-minute increments. You know.
Yeah.
but it's like I always go back to them and I'll do 1 run or 2 runs and get a little more, get a little extra, unlock a little more, you know, da 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 da. And it's like just that loop. Like I can't tell you how many times before bed I'll do like a couple of hands of Slay the Spire or like a couple of games of Tetris 99, and then just my brain will like work itself down into like the chill mode, and then I can go to sleep, you know. And so yeah, like there's something to that, like kind of, I don't want to say habitual because that sounds like seedy, but like that game that you kind of always go back to, and there's always content. Like it doesn't have a set beginning, middle, and end. You know, I don't know. I dig that.
Bro, sometimes I'll just be like sitting there and like I haven't played WoW for like a month or two, and like I would just like sitting there and like someone will be in the room like I played WoW and be like, I just want to do like 1 dungeon or like 1 battleground, you know, just like 1. And someone's like, David, that's how it starts. That's how you get back to just playing it.
Oh
all
yeah,
day.
yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like it's so true, but it's like, you know, just 1. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, after
One
the
more.
after the
One more,
first
you know?
couple of
One more.
streams that we did of this game, I remember I was talking to Steve and I was like, "Yo, Steve, thank God I didn't get into this when we were younger,
Oh my god.
because like I wouldn't. What the fuck else would I have done? I would have just been here doing this, like you know.
Are these the boys? Where are the boys?
I think we're meeting outside of town. Yeah.
Well, we're meeting just inside the gate.
at
So
the front gate.
Who's
Yeah.
this exclamation point man?
Should I take this quest this guy's got right here or no?
Worry about that right now.
Alright. Cool.
Ah,
You like my shield? It's a giant cross.
yeah, I kind of feel bad for the dragon that you flew in on, because it just looks like it's a bunch of heavy stuff to carry.
Nah,
It's a
that's
lot of
Owl
like
flying on a
flying. To
dragon.
do. Yeah, but it's a lot of flying to do with a lot of heavy stuff. I feel bad for the dragon.
the first time we came to this town and I saw all these people. I kind of freaked out. I was like, holy shit, these are all people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys, my social anxiety is YouTube right now. You know, it's just like, hello, how's it going?
My signature
I'm
move.
just gonna, I'm gonna yell in the town.
I'm just so
Khan
used to,
likes poop.
My signature. Yo.
fall asleep in front of wait, who likes poop? Batman Jones.
That's Jinx's character.
Jason likes poop.
Shaka Khan.
How do you pronounce it? I've never actually asked you the correct pronunciation. Jakan.
Jakan likes poop.
Khan.
Are you
Damn, Jakan, you like poop.
are you willing to
Who this?
wait, Henny Mania? Who's Henny Mania? Oh, Henny Mania is here. Nice. Are you willing to divulge the origins of the name?
Henny Mania.
So you know how when
Oh,
you're
boy.
creating a character, it tells you you can press random on a name?
Yeah.
Press that until I found one I like.
Nah, I support that. That's totally fine.
Nah, you know what? I was trying, because you know what it is? I didn't want to name him something that was so ridiculous. You know, like he's a troll, and he's a hunter. I didn't want to name him like Bob.
Trunter.
Bob the
He's a
Hunter.
hunter.
Wait, Stevie, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow. I got marbles in my mouth.
Am I meeting you guys at the Zeppelin? Where am I meeting y'all?
you ran
Yeah,
right past
please.
us. We're in the front.
Yeah, you ran literally right past us.
Wait, for real?
Yep.
How come I don't see your little dots?
On the gates. Are you part of the?
He ain't looking.
He's in the party.
Brachus Axel pees in the shower. What's wrong with peeing in the shower?
Thank you very much.
There's nothing wrong with peeing in the shower.
Shut up, gross. Y'all all gross. You got a toilet there.
Wait, I think I see y'all.
I'm gonna. I side with many gross things, but like it's
Okay,
it's just
Steve.
like I don't know.
I have a question for Steve, though.
I
So
mean,
if you were like out in the middle of nowhere and you really needed to pee, but there was just no toilet to be found, would you just
Yes.
not?
no, I would pee because there's no toilet to be found. However, when you're in a shower, there is in fact a toilet to be found when, I don't know, turning your head left.
Stupid.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm just peeing on the ground, honestly.
Right? I've pissed in PVC pipe shoved into sand. I've shit in oil drums. Like,
Yeah, but that
I
doesn't
get
go
it.
down any drain.
But do you get out of the tub to pee? That's the question.
Of course
No,
he
I
does.
just wait. I just piss before I get into the shower.
Wait,
I
okay,
get
but
in the
hold
shower.
on. See, but this is the part where I have trouble believing you. Are you telling me that you've never had a moment where you were standing in the shower and had to pee?
On an emergency piss where I couldn't go, all right, this could wait.
But then you're holding your piss while you shower.
Not holding, just pushing it to the side. It's not like rushing to fall out if I just took a piss.
I feel really
You
bad for
have
your
a
bladder,
bladder
man.
problem.
I mean, that might be true. That might not be false, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Hey, gang, go here.
I think one of the joys of being in the shower is you can just piss. I mean, I guess I should also just like admit that a piss don't scare me that much. I'm not that scared of piss. So it's all fine and dandy. You know, if you get stung by a jellyfish,
Yeah, right?
I mean, you're pissing on your leg. It's what it is.
Yeah, Steve, if you got stung by a jellyfish, would you pee on your leg?
I mean, it's my pee and my leg, so yeah.
Okay, would you let someone else pee on your leg? Like, what if you didn't have to pee?
Why is this man yelling Waldo at us?
Waldo. Pie
Yeah,
Master.
yo, hump him. Let's get hump. Fucking teabag.
Wait.
Who the fuck found Waldo? Yo, he found Waldo, finally.
Yo, I'm feeling your horse, bro.
Ew,
Thank
don't
you, thank
say
you.
that.
Skeletal.
Why would you say that?
It's on site. You should duel him. You should take him outside and duel him.
Yo.
Called you Waldo. He says you're a clown.
Pie Master likes Henny Mania.
I called him Baldo.
Oh.
Wow, this is like.
You know what?
riveting
I'm coming
stuff.
around on this guy. I like him. Let's hang out with him. Where you from, homie?
Yo, ask him out.
Ask him out.
Yeah. I like Henny Mania. Oh my god. I'll be sure to use it on your mom. Nice. Okay.
Yo, we almost made a new friend, guys. Why'd you do it?
How many of y'all pee sitting down? All of you. Ha.
What is
Called out.
What is this?
Fucking stupid. What? Bacon, egg, and cheese on 2 salmons?
Don't
Ooh,
scoop out the bread.
whose mom is into piss play? Whose mom's?
Gynecological.
I'm just gonna.
Who fucked whose moms?
Okay,
Pie Master, I love him.
I'm just gonna go ahead and sit down while this is
Oh my
happening.
god. This is
I'm
kinda
just
beautiful.
waiting for fucking Davey.
Where do we go? What are we doing?
I want to do. We gotta go away from Pie Master now because now
Alright.
he wasn't supposed to be
Why?
part of
Because
this.
Pie Master fucked your mom and
Alright,
exposed
yeah,
that she's
fine,
into piss play?
No,
Oh
that
my
was
god,
me.
he blew him a kiss. Pie
did
Master
that.
blew Beav a kiss.
Pie Master is with
Following
us now. That's it.
Yo!
It's
I-
because Steve encouraged him, that's why.
I
Steve.
love Pie Master.
Encouraged him.
Wait, then who the
Oh.
fuck is Henny Mania? Or am I
Thought
just
you
like...
were Waldo.
Henny
me, that's
Mania.
me.
Henny Mania is Dave.
Oh my god, I love that.
Steve is the small boy.
Okay, we
Okay.
love...
Batman
I
Jones.
love the username
I
Henny
am a
Mania.
lady. Thank you. A lady. Don't
Beav,
misgender.
you are a lady?
She's a lady.
Yes. Penny Mania is a lady also too, by the way. Look,
Exactly.
look,
Yo.
I'll take her helmet off. I'll take her helmet
Are
off.
you guys waiting around for Pie Master? Is that what's happening?
Behold
Nah.
Talking about.
A lady.
I love the name of that guild, by the way. A great guild name, Davey.
Oh,
Aw.
the swim team.
Look, Batman
Yeah.
Jones is so tiny compared to all of you.
Red Rich Swim Team.
This
No.
Beav, you're
now watch
small.
me disappear. Fuck yeah, disappear.
All right, we here. We up here. What's going on?
Huzzah. Fucking stupid.
I always have this like urge to present things. Oh shit! Special
Ooh,
offer in the
special
house.
offer.
Oh. I saw that little butt scratch.
Do we have to
I
do some
didn't
sort
see
of
the butt
feats of
scratch.
strength?
No, I'm typing. I'm like doing this little just silly RP thing.
Let's see.
Already.
Oh
Do it.
no! That's. I mean, you can only do that once.
Oh wait, you know what? Ready?
Oh my god. There's a group on Facebook called I Chime In with the Haven't You People Ever Heard of Fucking His Goddamn Dad. I chime in
Yeah,
with the haven't
I
you people
got it.
ever
I
heard
got
of
it. We all got
fucking
it.
his goddamn dad.
Okay. Okay. Oh. How do I add to this discussion? I would like to type in the box.
Don't ask me.
Well,
I don't
this
know how to do shit. I'm.
Oh, you've been taught. You've been taught.
Yes. I'm
Figure
trying
it out.
to remember it. Hold on. I think I got it.
Come on, 40-year-old, you can do
and
it.
then I say, is this a sex thing?
Any of you boys ever wanted to be a living skeleton? What are we gonna?
There we go.
Are you guys gonna bone? Bone dance?
It's always a sex thing.
Oh yeah. This is beautiful. Tasty water has gone offline. You guys suck.
I wish we had a robot voice to read all of this. I really do.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
Wait, is there like a keyboard that I can use that if I just type this shit in and you know where I'm getting at? I'm just.
You couldn't possibly move fast enough.
Mm.
Oh no,
You don't know
bad
that.
numbers. Are we here? Am I here? Oh shit.
Did we lose Dan?
We lost Dan.
I think I'm still here. Oh, I'm seeing bad numbers. Oh, we have returned.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
back.
Hey.
We back.
Cool.
So this savory delight, do they have it at Olive Garden?
I'm playing 21 question.
Fuck yeah.
Wait. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold up. I got it. Is it a breadstick?
Oh. What?
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
10 silver, eh?
As long as it's not a hero.
All right. Hold on. I ain't scared of 10 silver. Let's do it. Hold on. I'll keep. Yes.
The bread scooped out. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Damn.
Buy it. Spend the 10 silver. The fuck?
I ain't never scared.
So that means you're always scared.
Yeah, that's kind of
Wait.
the,
Oh my god.
Wait. Oh, I see. I didn't do the thing. There you go. There. See, because it stands to reason that that my rookie ass would do this, because I am never scared.
I'm
Do
giving
it.
one to Steve
Whatever
right
you're
now, so if you
doing,
want to
just
see.
doing.
Yeah.
Just do it. Wow.
My safe word is pineapple.
Stealing our safe word? What? Damn.
Wait a minute. Did you know that our safe word is pineapple?
Well,
I
I
had
mean,
no idea,
it's a very common safe
but
word.
it's kind of a common one.
okay,
Yeah, I was
well, I
gonna
mean,
say,
let's
that's
be fair. We've been using peanut play.
That's true. We
No,
use
we
It's
never-
like password,
Vanilla.
password 1 2 3 4. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we do say peanut play.
We never actually. It's the hypothetical safe word is peanut play.
Right. Well, no, but everybody.
Peanut play. Pineapple.
Nice try. Roberto's trying to give me 10. Trying to give me 10 copper.
what do you mean? It's so
Okay.
good, bro.
All right. Hold up. I can do this.
Come
It's
on,
the
old
second
man, you got
slot. Nice
this.
try.
Put it in the second slot, bro.
It was 10
Don't
copper.
try to shame me, bro.
It was 10 copper. You tried.
Don't
You
be
can
trying
do
to
it.
shame me, bro. It was in the second slot. You
How
trying
many-
to steal
how
10
many
goals
slots
from
you
me,
got?
bro. That's what it is, bro.
All right. There we go.
Up to you,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm
Wait,
into
wait,
it.
wait, Roberto.
I'm into it.
Wait
Let's
till I get
go.
Roberto.
Bam. I accept the trade. Let's do it.
It's right, yeah.
What did you
Bam.
even
Don't-
accept?
Don't,
Well,
don't,
we're gonna
Don't eat it yet. Yeah, wait till I give Roberto.
All right, let's go.
What
I'm
It's the
excited to
same
see what's
spot
about to
as
happen.
Same exact.
When
one.
it's time, you're gonna right click on it. When it's time.
Okay.
Wait for Henny Mania to give us the okay to eat.
Okay, let's just
A little
we'll do
too
it on a
much
timer because it's
randomness.
easier to do it on. I'm gonna do it in chat, but do it on my thing just because it's easier to do it on my thing. So ignore chat for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
We're ignoring the chat.
Yeah,
All
ignore
right,
the chat.
yeah,
Okay.
I got you.
So, okay.
We dueling right now?
Huh? No.
Oh shit, we about to duel.
No. Okay, guys. All right. 3. Okay, now this is for
Okay,
real.
we're gonna eat it.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, eat.
Oh, what just happened?
Let's.
Why are you guys
Poison
pirates?
ninja.
Wait, I need to see the front of myself. Hold on. Where are we?
It's life for me.
Yo!
Oh!
I'm handsome
Hello.
as fuck. Let's go,
So
boys.
these fish,
Oh, it
These
kind of
fish
looks like
can-
Speev.
they will randomly turn you either into a pirate or a ninja of the sex of your character.
I love it. Let's go,
That
boys.
ninja.
Yo,
Ooh!
look at this. Look at my
I
ninja
have
with the
I have 6 more on me, and I'll sell them for 10 silver apiece. But then the rest, I'm keeping the last stack. I'm sorry,
This is fantastic. Let's go,
'Cause these are
boys.
these are kind of expensive.
Yo.
So I have. If anyone wants more, I still got 6 more on me. So let me know just before I switch over to my priest.
Yeah. Did Roberto just run in so he could yell at people in the town?
I think that's
Yep.
it.
I gotta
Fucking
look at my
ninja.
bag for going questing.
Oh.
Oh yeah, how's my bag? Oh, I got some space.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well, they
I
last
don't
for an
want-
hour. If anyone wants
Keyword.
more,
Some.
just let me know.
Thank you, Dave.
So like,
No.
where did this concoction come from?
So
Oh my
you
god, look at
fish
this stupid
them
rondo.
in the middle of a dungeon, and it's purely. There's a lot of costumes and just cosmetic items in the game, and this is one of the more expensive ones. And like people like, so there's this, and they're called noggin. I got confused. It's called noggin flogger elixirs. Those are the things that turn you into a skeleton. These turn you into a pirate.
I'm into it.
Yeah, and those are the 2 most valued, like I guess like profitable and like things of like costume wise, because you can farm them regularly. You don't have to wait for special events. You can like get them whenever you want.
Dude,
It's just fun.
the little gimmicks in this game, man. Like right now, I love that I'm a pirate with my fucking squirrel. Like I'm into it. This is Wallet, by the way, Mish.
Oh, and by the way,
Wallet?
just for like art.
Wait, did you say Wallet?
That's my squirrel. His name is Wallet.
I love him.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's the best name ever.
Wallet?
His name
It's
is
a
Wallet.
It's a wallet.
It's Wallet.
do I have
love
any?
it.
Do I have access to anything special now that I'm a pirate?
No, just
Oh, I was hoping like for some
Just
kind of
dolly
taunt.
clothes.
You know I love dolly clothes. What's the fun fact, Davey?
You're saying fun fact? Lost to the void?
hang on. No, hang on.
Oh.
I'm Wallet's mommy.
Wallet.
Don't
mean-
do
No,
that
she
to
did.
Wallet.
I mean that's true. No,
No.
Davey did make Wallet. It's true.
Oh, you did.
While it's a little mechanical squirrel.
Why is Wallet mommy though? Why is he mommy?
You could buy
No,
He
I-
snakes.
says
I-
mommy. Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't make Wallet mommy.
No. He is Wallet's mom.
Wallet has
No,
more
Henny-
to live for than being a mom. Sorry. My anti-child thing is coming. It's a-
Fun fact.
yeah, there you go. Fun fact, yeah.
Fun fact. Nisha has a hatred of children.
Fun fact. You ain't ever gonna see me near a child.
Bro, children are the future, bro.
Teach them well and let them lead
I
the
mean,
way.
sure,
Wait,
but
where did
like,
Roberto go?
yo, I'm gonna like adopt a teenager and just be like, hey, so you're cool,
Hold on.
do your thing.
You do understand that the teenager is the absolute worst period of any human. Like, that's when they're the absolute worst.
I could
Yeah, that's
deal
when
with
you
them.
don't.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
it's the closest you can get to punching them before they have power.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well,
No, at least I'll be able to speak to them and be like, hey, stop screaming in my ear at any given moment.
You know that I subscribe to the Bernie Mac theory of things.
At least they speak words and not just like, you know, like, I'm sorry, just,
That's the best part when they're speaking all of it.
no.
Listen,
No, just no. It's like, I don't understand what you want from me, and therefore I don't know how to communicate with you, because it's like,
the wise
This is-
the wise sage Bernie Mac explained it best. He believes, and so do I, that when a child turns 2, you got the right to hit him in the stomach or the throat.
No.
If they're old enough to talk shit, they're old enough to get fucked up.
Oh my god.
That's how it is.
awful. No, I don't want to hit children. I just don't want to be in the vicinity of them. They're annoying.
Have you ever gotten into a fist fight with a small child?
No, because I don't go near small children.
That's an easy win.
So you'd rather them not exist than hit them? Wow. What?
I'd rather not hit anyone.
Wow. So,
That's
but you don't
cool.
want them to exist. What a killer. You're a psychopath.
She's stone cold,
Wow.
man.
Where did the don't exist come from? The only thing that came from this is don't get them
What-
near me.
So if I'm reading all this correctly, what she wants to do is Thanos snap all children out of existence.
What I understood was she wants to bathe and drink the blood of dead children.
What?
Oh, well, that just means that she's applying for the. She's trying to get on that squid program.
Okay, listen. I may be extra, but I am not that extra. I don't need to bathe in anyone's blood,
You
especially
mean
children. That's
Thunder
gross.
Squid Thursday type squid?
Oh my God! I never thought about.
Bro, the ninja sit's so cool.
I never thought about Thunder Squid having access to the squid.
I love Wallace.
Right? She is.
Batman.
Should I be
Personally-
going anywhere? I'm just sitting here.
Listen, I just need to put this out there. I think that Thunder Squid has her own squid, and she's just not telling us about him because he is like the greatest weapon on this planet because he shoots lasers and eats everything.
Wait,
But he's like her like pet, you know, and he loves the shit out of her.
you talking about a squid that shoots lasers, like so out of its tentacles or like out of its eyes?
Both.
Shit.
It's a laser
That's
squid.
too much.
It's a gigantic laser squid,
That's
and
not-
Thunder
that's
Squid
not
Thursday has
believable.
trained it to
Me-
do her bidding.
Misha's that kid who immediately makes the most OP character.
No, but like I'm
Right?
just telling you about how like fucking
She's
badass
the
Thunder Squid
Joel
is.
Schumacher of create.
You would put nipples on the bat suit.
Would I?
I think that you absolutely would.
I really don't know what I would and wouldn't do right now. I'm really sorry. There's
Nipples on the bat suit. Nipples on the bat suit.
I mean, you know what? Free the nips. I'm all for it.
Free the nips.
I'm all
Unless
for
they're
free the
ugly,
nips.
then put them away.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
If they're
Yeah.
ugly, incarcerate the nips.
Free the cute nips.
Yeah.
Free the cute nips. That's it.
Yeah, if
it,
your
new
shit
slogan.
looks like fucking tea saucers, nah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit going on now.
If the shit looks like a fleshy doily, no thank you.
What? Bro, all
That
nips
sounds
deserve
really
to
bad.
love people.
I want to sleep for 4 years.
I got myself.
You just got me thinking about the texture of a doily, like
Yes.
you know, that's where the milk come from, Steve. It's the textured part.
That's the baby bird.
That's the part I want to eat.
Fuck yeah, we're headed to Stone Talon. We
All right.
discussed this before.
So I'm still standing at the edge of town. Am I doing the right thing?
No,
Oh,
head to the flight path and fly to Stone Talon, which we
Oh,
discussed.
shit. Okay, the flight path. I think I know where it
Hi,
is.
Danny.
Maybe.
Do you want my rum?
Sure.
Here. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's not your birthday. It's my birthday
Okay,
soon.
hold on.
But happy birthday to you.
I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna talk to a guard. Are you a guard? No, you're not a guard.
Wow. I mean, way to not
my
have
God,
any
I
faith
love
in him.
Wallet.
He could be.
I just love that squirrel.
There you go. Where
He could
is?
be a guard, but he's got to go to night school.
I love that
So,
squirrel so much.
I'm
I might
assuming
cry.
the Wind Rider Master is the guy.
When I
Yeah.
made Danny that swirl, I made a batch of 5, so everyone on the stream as a group, we can all bust out our little swirl like squad if we want.
Dude, I love
That's
him.
the sweetest thing ever.
In fact, when I don't remember to hit the button on him, I
So
get sad.
Fucking pure.
That's
oh
my
my
man.
God, Dave, you're the purest ever.
Thank
You're
you.
the only pure one in this friend group. I swear to God.
That's fair.
Everyone else is like
I'm okay with that.
fucking.
Yeah, if I-
quote
right.
Steve,
Sure.
your mom is into piss play. I fucked her last night. That's how I found out.
Yeah, he said I pissed it in that. I said, yeah, when I'm sitting on your mom's face, it's pissing. Alright.
Who hasn't eaten
Listen,
an ass?
oh my God, Steve, get out of my brain. I was just about to say, listen, who hasn't pissed on someone's mom? Let's not, you know,
Me?
Whoa.
let's
I'm
not
not
hard
into
sell it.
MILFs.
Yeah?
I'm really not into
Wait, what's
MILFs.
hard?
All right, where am I going? I'm sorry, I'm a fucking idiot.
Shan says, yeah, I definitely ain't pure. I
Sunrock
literally
Retreat.
try and sell people rocks.
Sunrock Retreat, got it.
Yo, he fucking
Sunrock
admitted it. Shan admitted it. He tries to sell people rocks.
Yo,
That's
Yeah,
it.
actual rock.
wait, rocks? What? I'm so
Not
confused.
Blargy stones, but
It's
no.
hard to keep up with the lore.
Yeah, there's too much lore.
Oh, that's true. Shan did
I
have
never heard of
several.
it. What is that?
Sell that gas too? Yeah.
Shan did have multiple rock-based currencies he tried to get off the ground.
Okay, but were they nice rocks?
Sean sells them Reggie rocks.
Yeah, the Reggie rocks.
Reggie rocks.
Oh,
And passes away at age 75.
who passes away?
Tom Seaver,
Oh,
Steve.
rest in peace, Tom.
legendary Mets pitcher and Hall of Famer.
Bro. Peace.
Damn.
Eloquently put. Yo, bro, did you pack a bag? Peace.
Bro, peace. Peace.
Bro, you got clean underwear? Peace.
What if it is though? You ever think about that? What if it is like trying to get into the club? What if you die and you stand on a line and the motherfucker's looking at a list and he's like, nah, you don't get in.
I don't even want to get into the club.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to stand on line.
Yo,
And what I'll do is I'll do the Eric Foreman and eventually get in. Like I'll do the dance and the righteous outrage shit and get in.
I'll do the Ray Liotta and get into the fucking kitchen.
Or I'll slaughter them all with a hammer.
nice.
I mean, I meant slaughter them all with a hammer.
All fine solutions. I actually really like that. I like that you all came up with unique solutions and every solution involved getting in. I like that. I'm gonna get
They
it.
can't keep me out. Who do they think they are?
I got season tickets. I'm in the game.
But I'm just like
I
a
got
guy
season
to go home the whole time, you know?
I put in my fucking time.
I'm like, I just want to go home, you know, eat some arugula.
You think they got arugula in the Great Beyond?
Yeah. Troves of it.
Okay, so if you had to choose in the Great Beyond to either orgasm or eat, you only take
For-
one with you, but you
for
don't
what?
need the other.
I didn't hear your first part because you're a robot.
So if you're you go to heaven, right? And they say you can have one thing,
Mm-hmm.
either orgasm or you can eat.
Orgasm.
Question. Not quantity. I know I can't decide. There's more to I got questions. What
You don't need the other.
yeah, I got you. So right, you were eliminating one and we're keeping the other. Question. What is access like? Like, do I have to is stamina a concern in the Great
You can
Beyond?
have any food you want, right? There's no like I can't get this food, but you can you keep your human-esque, like whatever level you masturbated at your peak. At
Peak.
your life peak.
You keep peak.
Yes.
So.
All right, you said peak, and that makes it interesting. Because I was gonna say, because if I have my normal human restrictions, then it feels like food is the obvious choice because you could eat whatever you want forever.
Eat, bro.
You can never eat again.
Always
choose
choosing the
masturbation.
sex.
Eat, bro. Eat.
Nope.
Definitely.
It's hard,
I've
man.
had-
This is a
I've
hard
had
one.
It is hard,
nacho
but
that has-
actually,
that has
I know
given
you.
me
so
a
sex,
better
so-
climax. And
The thing is, though,
Sex isn't an option.
like I don't know. Are you guys pleasure eaters? Because I definitely eat for pleasure.
Same.
Obviously, my stomach
Hey,
will,
all I'm saying is-
attest to that.
imagine a plate of nachos,
Uh huh.
sprinkled with cheese and
Uh-huh.
black olives and sour cream,
The whole
and
thing.
like carnitas.
Yeah,
But
but
imagine standing in a cloud and jerking off on the people below.
yeah, no. Like, here's the thing. Have you ever busted a nut so good that it felt like an orgasm? I mean, not an orgasm, a fucking exorcism. It felt like I'm too stoned. Not stoned. Not fucking stoned.
Oh my
I'm too
God.
drunk for this.
What
Just
the hell?
basically, an exorcism and an orgasm is the same thing.
You guys, come on.
Son.
You can't. You shouldn't. You guys
Have you
shouldn't
ever
be.
busted a nut so well
You
that it
know,
felt like an orgasm?
Misha's
Fuck you.
Misha's got a mental deficiency at the moment.
With words.
Yeah, I was
She's
just
probably hungry.
She's not
bro.
words. She's not
Nachos.
words.
I guess I meant to say, like, Have you ever had an orgasm that was so good it felt like like a fucking yeah, there you go. It felt like don't clip. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. That's it.
Try it. Come on, try it one more time. You can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you. Come on.
An exorcism.
I
That's
want to
it.
know the question
Moment,
so
big
bad.
moment.
I wanna
Okay,
just
like a
know
really
what
good
it is.
orgasm that felt like an exorcism
Yeah.
of your soul, and then you feel like a perfectly fine person for like days after that, and you're like really happy and just for no good reason. You know, like bullshit is happening around you in life, but you just came so well that you're like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Have you
absolutely.
seen the movie? That guy gets thrown out the window, falls out of like,
You
Yeah,
just
but-
busted the best nut. Like,
but
why would you
to
give a
play-
shit? You know.
Okay,
To play
okay. No,
devil's
she brings.
advocate, though, I have definitely eaten mac and cheese and fried chicken and had that same.
Exactly. Okay, okay. Right. Okay, okay.
Thank
No, no. See, you bring up a point now. Now you got me thinking.
An orgasm that
Okay.
felt so good it felt like
It's
an
the same
orgasm.
Wait, now I have to ask another question. So now, going off of what Misha's saying, so
Uh-huh.
is the orgasm level peak every time? Like, are you getting max orgasm, or are you getting the same?
So it's peak every time.
It's peak every time. So if you go
No,
4
it's
times
peak
in one
every
day,
time.
it's peak 4
Wait.
times.
How can you ever be
It's
sad
peak
again?
every time, but the food is just as good as the best food you've ever eaten anytime.
Oh fuck!
Bro,
But that's
food
kind of like the
every
same
time.
thing there. It's just like both things are so good, and you keep getting them, and they're
Alright.
just so good, and
But
then
you
it's
gotta
like
choose one.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna go with the exorcism.
Based on these parameters, I gotta go with the food. I gotta.
Ooh,
Complete
Ooh, bro.
opposite.
I have to.
I mean, I do love the
I
food,
think
but it's
so
just
too.
no.
Cause it's
Like, I'm-
because what Steve's saying is real. It's close. Like when you eat the right meal at the right time and it gets to the right spot in your like consciousness, it's right there. It's like right next to an orgasm. It's like almost
It
even
hits
money.
more. It hits more buttons in a lot of ways.
have you
Mm.
ever had potato skins from Uno's?
Yo, I want those right now.
Like, bro, if you had those, then the answer is obvious, bro.
Why would
Like,
you say that? I'm in Bensonhurst. I can't get
that's
that.
what I'm saying, bro.
Have you ever
They do
had a
live in
stuffed
Manhattan.
garlic knot?
Yo,
Yeah, have you ever blooming onions, bro?
let me ask you a question. Would you draw?
Oh,
Would you draw the line in the sand, like garlic knots? Like if a person was like, "Nah, hard pass on garlic knots," is that the line?
That's
No,
when you're no
more
longer
garlic
friends.
knots for me, bro.
I
would
can't
love
trust
that.
anybody. I can't trust anybody who won't fuck with garlic
Bro.
knots.
You're telling me I can order garlic knots and not have to share? Then yeah, I'm
Whoa,
all
whoa,
on
whoa,
that.
whoa, let's be fair. I can do that with people who want them and not share.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
Get your own fucking garlic knots.
I heard this amazing story.
Bro, if you order garlic
Stas
knots and I
recently.
went to go grab a piece,
Wait,
you wouldn't let me grab a piece?
I'm saying, right? Come on, you know you would share. Wait, quick actual question: is there a guy I can repair from in here?
The general
Uh,
good
Oh,
here.
The town, yes.
I like the wow. Sorry, microphone. I don't mean to offend. I
Oh, wait,
just
no, that's
meant
right,
to
never
say I
mind.
like the walls of this place and
Yeah, right.
Fuck.
Dude,
I like that. That's so nice.
I feel like this game is pretty, man. It's a looker.
Yeah, it
You've,
just looks like a nice
and
place
you've
to
only
be.
seen 3% of it.
Yeah,
That's-
lion stars are beautiful.
That's the sickest part. Sorry. Did anybody actually point me in the direction of the guy?
Yeah, right here. Follow me. I think
Oh
you're
my
following me.
Where? Can you jump? I can't. Like.
Right
I'm
here, behind it.
Hey,
Ah.
hey, buddy.
Hello,
Right. Oh yeah, I was looking for your purple. You're not purple right now.
you're ninja right now. That's cool.
I think Innkeeper will do it.
Cool.
I want to block goods. Nope. She didn't do it either. Damn. All right, follow me.
What are you
Oh
guys looking
damn.
Just want to get a repair of gear.
for? There's a bowsmith over here by the flight master.
Got it. All right, follow me.
Cool. I kind of, you know what? At first, I was so overwhelmed by like getting to a new place and having to learn where everything is. But the more we're playing, the more I kind of like that aspect because it's like it makes each place feel like it's an actual town. It doesn't. They don't feel like copy pasted. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's cool places like when you get to Eastern Plaguelands and Western Plaguelands, like later on in the game, or Black Rock Mountain and
Yo.
all that shit. They all have their own unique personalities.
Let's just make it clear that wallet is the best part of this.
I'm a big fan. Big fan of Wallet.
Big
Oh,
fan of
you
wallet.
mean eventual food?
No,
Don't say what you don't mean.
Steve, how dare you?
Man. Look, man, all I'm saying is real adventurers eat their pets if they need to.
Damn.
That's a lot of words
And-
for someone who's
and
never gone on an adventure.
And a real adventurer pet understands that it might be eaten.
No.
It's like if I die in battle, I want my pet to eat me.
Okay, well, yeah, I wouldn't eat my
Oh,
pet,
good.
no matter how hungry I was, though. That's just what'd you do?
I sold a ring I meant to equip. Damn it.
It's for
Buy it back.
survival.
That's the
If
first
me eating-
first time I did
If me
that.
eating my pet means survival,
No.
my pet loves me enough to do it, and vice versa.
Nah.
If it means my pet gets to survive, it could eat me.
Nope.
All right, I gotta buy
I
it back.
am not eating my pet no matter what, ever.
There we go. Buy it back.
I will die first. I don't give a shit. I'll just
You
be
like
like,
this
listen,
one?
go on without me. I know you'll do a good job. Just, I don't know, don't
They'll
get
never
sunburnt
meet a
or some
dragon
shit.
that way.
What? Who's beating dragons?
Fuck yeah, you are.
What?
I mean, I've killed a lot of dragons in World of Warcraft. I've never had to eat my pet in order to kill a dragon, but
Yet.
Okay, I guess I'm missing something.
Nice.
Also, you
Told
can
you
get
guys-
snake.
I told
You
you
can
guys
buy a
that.
snake in Ogrimmar as a pet.
All right, I'm doing
Do
this.
they still sell the cockroaches in Undercity?
Yes, they do.
So,
Yeah, you could buy a cockroach as a pet.
so Steve, stamina is good for me, yeah?
Strength and stamina, yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I made the right decision on the thing I'm rocking. Cool.
Stamina is going to boost your health.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're selling you. We're selling you.
That's a lot of words that I just can't word right now.
Is that
because-
all some steel? Is that all Wesley pipes?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
I heard it too.
It's nice.
Okay. I thought I was bugging.
I have good news from the chat though. Shan can button his pants again.
Damn.
Nice, dude. Good shit.
Congrats,
He's
Shan.
back on smoking
It's
crack.
because he keeps scooping on his bagels. That's why.
Don't
That's
scoop them bagels.
Yeah, right.
Right? No bread.
This man no bread.
It doesn't have no bread.
Man got no
I
bread.
really want a bagel right about
Mops
now.
is Mops is out there
So
scooping,
sad.
scooping bagels. That's just happening out there in the world.
Yeah, and also people are eating bacon, egg, and cheese on a hero, which is why I quit the job that I was
No,
training
people are
for.
not doing.
Yo,
Oh,
tell,
buddies.
you know what? Tell these motherfuckers what happened. Tell them.
I was training for some job, and my boss decided to take me out into like the marketing field or whatever, where he was just going around getting information from clients about like what they needed, just whatever. And we went to go get lunch from like a deli, and he legit ordered a fucking hero with bacon, egg, and cheese. And I was like,
Oh,
how? And then I just sat there and watched him take the whole thing to the face, and I quit the next day.
There it is.
All right.
Two
I'm just gonna
things.
put it out there.
I quit
Sorry,
the
you go
next day. Like,
Two things. One, I don't believe your story. Two, did the man drop dead immediately after?
no, he didn't. And congrats that you don't believe my story, but it's a legitimate thing that happened, and I'm really ashamed of it, and I'm sad that I had to sit there and witness that, and that is like one part of the reason why I quit the very next day, because I was like, you know what? Fuck you.
All right. I'm just gonna put this out there. Every time someone has a story about bacon, egg, and cheese on a hero, it's always like some guy that I ran into or met for
Wow.
the first time. I'm sorry. I'm not saying just.
This is propaganda. She's part of the propaganda machine.
B-Mag said the same thing. Supposedly, someone he worked with one time ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese on a hero. It's always like,
I've never seen it. Personally, I've never seen it done.
Big hero.
I didn't
She's
see
in the
it done
pocket of
until
Big
then
Hero.
either. I was
Just
training
don't
there for
ask.
like a couple of days before that, and then I just had a day where I happened to spend more time with him than usual, and I noticed how he was like literally berating his wife, who was the assistant manager of the place, like over the phone and in the office. And then on top of that, he had the fucking bacon, egg, and cheese on a hero, and I was like, are you fucking with me right now, or like, yeah.
Big hero propaganda.
Yeah.
You know what?
don't believe it.
Listen,
Yeah.
okay, it wasn't only bacon, egg, and cheese. There was onions
Oh,
and
now the
tomatoes and
story
lettuce.
changes.
If
Now
that
the
makes a
story-
difference.
You
But
see how they do this?
still,
Ha.
he
fucking
had the
hole.
egg and the cheese and the bacon on a
Was
fucking
this a
hero.
bodega deli, or was it like one of those artisan delis in the city?
No,
It's a
it was
Bruder
just a
one.
deli in Brooklyn. Like in
Normal
fucking.
bodega. Was there a cat?
I didn't notice a cat there,
Mm.
but it was one of those like small
Holes in the
places.
story.
A bodega
But
without
then
a
again,
cat?
I literally only went up to the counter. I didn't actually go in the place. That's the thing. Like I went, the counter was
Damn.
right by the.
Yeah.
Cat comes up to you when you walk into the store.
Yeah.
Cat comes up, says hi.
And Big
Say
Hero
hi,
has
Cat.
gotten to her. They're coming after you. Big
Listen,
Hero is targeting you
I-
through
I'm,
Misha.
I'm trying to properly face frick our boy right now. He's getting face fricked,
Listen,
alright?
you guys don't have to believe me. It's just a trauma that I have to live with right now. And that's just how it's gonna be. You don't have to believe me. Don't really give a shit. But I'm telling you that was 50% of the reason why I quit that
Guys.
job.
Guys, terms of service, guys.
What are you doing?
Terms of service.
Thousands of people have claimed to see
Oh!
the side.
Oh, I just saw it. Wow.
Yeah, that's what we're playing. Fuck yeah.
The family that face fricks together stays together. Everyone knows this.
So this is the adult version of World of Warcraft.
We out here.
Steve is the type of guy that would be like, no homo after
I wish
everything.
Shan was in the chat right now. He would appreciate this face fricking.
Face freaking. No homo though. No
Nah,
homo.
nah.
I think this mage over here is just staring at you too.
It's a
like,
bonding activity. That's all it is.
It's like that's going on.
Yo, but what about Wallet? He's just watching intently. Look at Wallet.
Where's Wallet?
He's right there. Watching,
Wallet.
watching
Avert
intently.
your eyes, Wally. Avert your eyes.
That's the boy. Wow.
He's just the
My
boy.
sheep is looking.
Well, if you look at your back, my arms are wrapped around your legs. Like,
Yo,
I'm really into it.
yeah,
Dude, that's like
dude.
you're holding it, dude. That's like you're
Oh
I'm
holding
holding
him.
his
my
legs. I'm like
God.
really into it.
How's it look from the front? Wait.
Somebody clip it. It's beautiful. Look at this is love. Love is happening.
Give us a 360 view. Let's see this. It's romance at its finest.
Near, far, wherever you are, I believe in my heart.
Wow.
Y'all.
No homo though. No homo.
Never let go, Jack.
All homo. All
Never
homo.
let go. I'm out.
There we go. All right.
Damn, every
Okay,
time
go
someone
on.
tells you don't let go, Jack, you immediately let go. How can you do that, Jack?
They could have split time on
What
the
is
door.
wrong with you, Jack?
They could have split fucking time on the door. That's all I'm saying.
They could have, right? I think that
He
he
didn't
felt
have
the
to
need
be
to be a
laying down. He could
gentleman.
have just had his feet dipped in the water.
Oh,
He could have
worse.
sitting. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he
right. They
didn't
could
have to
have
go
balanced the
straight
weight. You know.
Yeah.
They so easily could have survived that, okay?
Just fucking
Share
take
the door.
turns. Take turns.
Share the fucking door.
Steve, your ping is
Is
like
it Jenny,
9,000.
Adrian, or her? Who's the worst?
I love Wallet.
Jenny, 100%.
Jenny. Yeah, I agree.
Who?
What did you say?
100%. Jenny's
Who's
the worst.
the
character.
worst?
From
Wait,
Forrest
who
Gump?
was the other culprit we had another one in there today. So we got Jenny and we got
Tyler?
Jenny?
oh Jenny, Rose, or
Jenny?
Adrian.
Jenny?
Definitely Jenny for sure.
Jenny.
Jenny. 100%.
Fucking Jenny.
who's
Jenny's
Adrian?
the worst. Come on.
Adrian's not that far from Rocky.
Why is she bad?
You can't win, yo. She's a waterhead with a fucking stupid brother. She's the worst.
Adrian?
Yeah, Adrian's the worst.
Why are you hating on Adrian, bro?
She's the
I'm not
worst.
saying, why are you
Never
hating on Adrian? She was his rock, bro. No
Chill,
pun intended.
bro.
She was his rock. What?
What movies were you watching?
Bro,
Man.
he really screams out Adrian, bro.
He carried her.
After the
You know
big
what?
win, bro.
She's a no selling
was also
sandbagger, and he carried her to
His
the
brain
finish.
was just scrambled.
And then he lets all of his
Right?
weight onto her, and she
Still be in
holds
that
him up.
fucking pet store.
What are you talking about,
She'd still be
man?
in that pet store getting her turkeys thrown out the fucking
Wait,
back door.
hold up, but
It
she
wasn't
wait, hold
Rock.
on. She did go back to the pet store though in Rocky 2 when they were having financial problems.
Come on, man.
Yeah, after belittling him for being too stupid to get a job.
Oof.
He is too stupid to get a job.
And what is she? What is she?
Not too
She's
stupid to get a job.
She's working at the pet store. All right,
Well, exactly.
you know what?
Yeah, what'd she do? She fucking did it while pregnant like an idiot and almost killed the kid.
Amazing.
Yeah, but what about that? Okay, you Adrian defenders out there. What about that scene when he's trying to get her to sing and she's like, do 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 dow,
What?
and he's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, that's the
Why?
worst.
I'm following you, Dan. Dan.
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
Head to your quest.
Oh
Head to
yeah,
your
yeah.
quest.
Okay. I see it. Okay, so it's this way and then around.
What the fuck are you listening to?
Oh, sorry.
It's beautiful though.
That's
That
called
was
that
good.
robot thing.
Damn, little krautrock.
But yo, fuck Adrian,
Damn, I didn't realize we was hanging out with Adrian supporters like that.
right? What is she talking about? Fucking, she's got big
I
hero.
definitely
Listen.
But
fuck
okay,
them
totally
all.
feel you on Jenny.
playing
Jenny is the worst influence on anyone ever.
playing devil's
agree.
advocate though.
Yeah, right.
If Adrian doesn't do exactly
Right.
what she does, we don't get the montage. We don't get the no easy way out montage.
Oh yeah.
Nah, bro, but I'm still fine with just the Apollo running around one. Like him and
No.
Apollo on the beach. We still get that.
I mean, but it's not the same. You need the no easy
Oh,
way
look,
out
there's
montage.
a gray bear tongue. I don't know why I just
Yeah,
noticed
but
that. Gray bear tongue.
That's only because Club Line too.
Yo, Clubber Lang, I gotta say, Clubber Lang is like an incredible movie villain. He straight up killed Mickey.
Oh, nasty.
Mickey and implied that he banged Adrian.
Oh my
I need
god.
to get those eggs.
Is this what I'm supposed to be getting? These eggs here?
Ew.
Yo, what's up with this sword?
Damn.
Yo, I'm taking that. What?
Yo. Go get them eggs.
Killing
Oh, wait, you can open it again?
spiders.
Ah?
Dude,
No.
I don't need the sticky spider webbing, yeah? Did I get that sword? That was crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I
If you
did.
need it, yeah, no.
That's a 800% increase. Wait, but it says only 4 to 26 on the damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you using right now?
Cause that doesn't make sense. My sword is better than that. Sometimes I don't be understanding how this
But is
shit works.
there, but is there stats on it? Like, does it give you +6 to strength? Say.
Yeah.
where your other ones give you fuck
Arms,
all?
fury, and protection are all going up by like a ton, but the damage is lower.
What is with this sigh when you guys
The
stop
sword,
running?
the
It's
sword
just
you
like-
have now, Dan, does double the damage the sword you just picked up.
Yeah, right. So what? These percentages? I don't understand. All right. I'm still learning how all that shit works. All right,
Yes.
no doubt. Whatever.
For right now, listen. For right now, until you get to higher levels, I would just suggest when you go over a weapon, you see how it says damage per second.
Yeah.
All you're looking for right now in a weapon is you're going to be looking for weapons with a higher damage per second. That's it.
Okay.
Just think of it like that.
Gotcha.
Not the
9.1
damage
damage?
number.
See, Dave. No, I got you. Damage per second. Dave, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Talk to me like I'm 4. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel that.
I'm dead serious. Talk to me
Hey.
like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and it makes sense to me. I'm like, okay, DPS, got it, no doubt. All right, we out here. Cool. All right, where am I?
Grunts.
Let me look at the map.
You're like grunts.
Oh, okay, we gotta go this way. Boom, this way.
Do you have a quest in here, by the way?
Yeah, I'm heading towards it. We gotta kill boys over here. There's a quest I could pick up right here. Should I get it?
Yeah, pick up everything.
Okay, let's go get it. I'm not asking for another chance. I just wanna know why. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. There's no easy way out. Give
The
it
best is
in,
when
can't be wrong.
Remember that I
When he
subscribed to this channel for like 11 months now.
When he throws the goddamn helmet at the statue.
Oh, and then Apollo's like slowly falling. And he's slowly falling. Oh my God! What? What? What?
I think Apollo and Rocky is one of the best bromances.
Oh, it's super romance. I mean, it's like homoerotic as fuck, but it's like.
Dude, them running on the beach.
Short, yeah. The best part of Sylvester Stallone running in slow motion is it makes his derp face even better.
Yo, he can't run, bro. You ever see like Expendables 1? You ever see the first Expendables? There's that part where he's running on the dock, and I swear to God, it's like
Supposed
he's
to get these eggs, Dan.
I don't think so. I have like a battle, like a sword icon. Right? That means I have to kill something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me hover over it. Look, I'm learning. I need these are goblin invaders apparently. I'm supposed to be killing goblin invaders. Oh, I see them.
Goblin invaders.
What's up, buddy?
That sounds beautiful.
What's up, homie?
Oh, you're over there.
So wait, now that we opened this bag of worms, what's everybody's favorite Rocky movie?
Four. He dies. He dies.
3.
It's between 3, and I'm gonna be it's between 3 and 4. It's kind of like
Shit.
4 is, but listen, 4 ended. Listen, 4 ended the Cold War. I was say 4 ended the Cold War.
It did. It actually did end the Cold War. That's true. That's
All right.
factual. Go ahead.
1 is the best movie.
Yeah, I agree.
1 is the best movie, but 2 is the best. Like my favorite, like the feel good.
Uh-huh.
3 is my favorite. 'Cause
Okay.
It was the first. 1 was the first time the protagonist lost.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
it
love
wasn't a
that.
happy ending.
I love that.
No, but he didn't lose. That's why it's so awesome. Didn't lose though.
He won in life. He lost the
Bro,
fight.
he went the distance with the champ. Like, dude.
That's right. I would see. Yeah, I
But
kind of.
he got saddled with that Momo.
He got saddled with that promo.
Wow.
I agree. I think 1 is like kind of is like a, outside of the bubble of Rocky. I think the first one is actually just a good movie, and it holds up. The script is really
I
strong.
think I saw Spider-Man.
But I would say that I major in Rocky 4 with a minor in Rocky 2. I have a lot of Rocky 2 is probably the one I watched the most because I had that tape growing up. I had that VHS, so I watched that movie a lot of times, and I really connected with the fish out of water element of that movie, where he's trying to use his 15 minutes of fame to parlay that into a life, and he doesn't fit in, and I really like that part of that movie. The whole the first hour, is really strong. I think of Rocky 2. It kind of leads.
Apollo too.
Yeah, and Apollo is like tortured by the fact that he in his mind he lost. Even though he didn't lose, he feels like he lost, and
Going to
It's because Rocky won, even though he didn't.
right because
No love for Rocky Balboa then.
I loved it. That's the one right before Creed, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where he's like mad old and he's like, fuck it, I'll
This
get
kid,
back.
right?
I'll get back in the ring.
I loved it, man. I loved it.
No, Creed was really good too.
I haven't seen Creed
I love
yet.
Creed. Creed is mad, guys. Creed 2 not so much, but Creed is mad.
I'm fucking up on that. I haven't seen either of the Creed movies. I gotta do that.
Like somehow Creed, yeah, Creed's good.
Now, what about Rocky 5? Does everybody hate Rocky 5, or is it like?
I've seen it maybe twice in my entire life.
It's
Fighting
easily the worst.
Yeah.
Easily the worst.
Garbage.
I've softened on it over the years. I think it's the worst. I do agree it's the worst. But
I like the fake Don King.
yeah, exactly. There's elements to that fight that I really like. I think the big problem with that film is just casting a non-actor, like to play the villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy that he fights doesn't have any acting chops, so it's like.
But he did have AIDS.
Poor Tommy Guns.
Oh, Tommy Morrison.
Too soon. How's he doing? Is he still alive?
He's dead.
Ah, it sucks.
I don't know.
That
He might
that's
as well be dead at this point.
that's kind of wild. You ever think about how in our lifetime they got that under control? That's kind of crazy. Like there was a point in time while we were all alive where that was a death sentence, and now it's like you can
HIV?
where now you can actually live a life. Like,
Yeah.
it
Well,
gives
it's the virus that causes AIDS.
it gives me hope for the future. We figure things out eventually.
I think in London, like some lady got rid of it completely.
Yeah, I was reading about that. And it sucks, but these days I can never trust any article I read without confirming it from 3 different sources. It's just so hard.
Apparently, if you take it before intercourse, you lower your risk of getting.
Whoa, that's crazy. Yesterday, He died in 2013, yesterday.
Wow.
September 1st, 2013.
Oh shit, man.
Who's that? Freddie
Crazy.
Mercury?
Oh,
No, Freddie
Oh my
Mercury.
God.
That was in like early '90s, no?
Yeah.
I'm
it's like
only,
91.
I'm only pulling any legs.
Fuck yeah.
And you know what? I remember I have a very strong sense memory of watching that famous performance towards the end of his life. But like at the time, obviously,
Live it?
yeah, I didn't know what I didn't understand what was going on at the time, right? But like I still remember seeing it, like watching it with my parents, and they were like watching very intently, and I remember that, you know, I remember like I was paying attention to it because they were paying so much attention to it, you know. That's crazy. I have a lot of like childhood memories like that. I remember the missed field goal in the Giants Bills Super Bowl the same way. I remember just like my parents were like so, my dad especially was like so into that moment, and I was just watching it going like something happened. You know, that's crazy. Y'all got any like that from childhood that you remember, like something that was a kind of a big event but you were really small?
Trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of something that like I didn't realize in the moment how big it was. Cause like you know what I mean.
Yeah, but like when you were small, right? You know what I mean? When like when it
How
hadn't
small are
hit
we
you.
talking?
Well, okay. Well, for Norwood, that's what 90. So that means I was 7, right? So somewhere like somewhere in that like 7 to 10 range. When you're like a person already, but like you know what I mean? You're a person, but you're not like fully figured out yet, right? You know?
Maybe the A's and Giants earthquake in the World Series.
Yeah. Okay.
That might have been the first one. I remember. I don't know. I remember being young and seeing the Challenger explosion, but I don't know if I was seeing it after.
Right. Yeah.
That
Well,
was
when did that happen
86.
exactly? I don't
That
remember.
was
I was
86.
86. So we'd have been small. We'd have been 3.
Yeah.
For me, that was probably 9/11.
I was just gonna say, 9/11. I was 10 years old.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I guess we like got the gravity of it, but you know when you're a kid, everyone's trying to protect you, so like you don't
Yeah.
really understand.
Yeah. No. I totally get that. It's a different
Like,
feeling.
oh, planes crashed into a building.
'Cause,
like, everyone's gotta go home now. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I've had that conversation with people who are not that much younger than me, but right because of where we were in
Totally
terms of
different experience.
age, is it totally like for me? I was 18. I was already out of school, and like it was very like real. You know what was happening, and yeah, that's wild to think about that. For a lot of people, that's the case, right? 9/11 was something that just happened when they were small.
And it was weird too, cause like everyone was like turning to you, like you're the future, and I'm like, bro, I'm 10.
I'm done with this quest. That's
All right,
crazy.
move on to the next
You
one.
can't put that kind of weight on a 10-year-old's shoulders. Don't do that.
Okay, so the only things I have left, I have some question marks. I have some exclamation points in this area, and some question marks, and then I have another battle gimmick, but it's like way to the south of where we are right now.
Let's get
You
the
should
one
pick up
here. In this area, if there's an exclamation point, head to it.
Okay, cool. So basically straight this way.
Okay.
Cool.
I know exactly where the one he's going to.
Put it on backwards because I'm dumb.
Which one is it? The shredder one?
It's the one in the mine that we
Love
couldn't
that
do
color.
last time when we were leveling here.
Oh, yeah.
Also, when the Yankees swept the Mets in the 2000 World Series.
Oh, I remember that one like it was
That a
yesterday.
moment that, like, yeah. I mean, I loved the Yankees at that point, but like I wasn't like, you know.
So how old were you at that point?
I was 9. No,
That's crazy.
yeah, no, I was actually 8 because
See, that's wild because I don't necessarily think of you as being that much younger than me, but I guess you are. It's just weird to think about
You're a fucking
sometimes.
fetus, dude.
Yeah, like I was an adult when that happened. It was like, you know.
I was 2 years from being in the army.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's,
man.
that's crazy. See, as you go, age just means less and less. Like now we're all
Yeah,
just
like people are
homies.
older. But, like, yeah, at that
Yeah.
point, like,
That's
Yeah.
so wild.
yeah.
That was a fun one. Because you know what was fun about that? I had a lot of Met fan friends, and they were like trying to get their muscles up, you know. But the whole time I was like, we gonna beat these boys, and then we
Never in
did.
doubt.
It was
never like a doubt.
it was never done. But Steve had that kind of like foregone. He knew, like Steve knew. He wasn't falling for the okey doke.
Look, since day one, I saw Mike Piazza, and I was like, nah, this ain't the guy.
Yeah. That's true.
Mike
That's real. I can
Piazza's
confirm that
not the
Steve was.
guy.
Yeah, he was always like that. He was always questionable. Steve was with Mike Piazza the way I was with A-Rod. He was always like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Not one of us.
A-Rod got us
Never one of us.
2009, bro.
Yeah, but whatever. Like,
Him and Hideki, bro. No one likes to talk about Matsui, bro.
oh, I love Matsui.
Oh, what about Hideki the Rabbi?
He did get a rebuy, of course. All right, I don't know how to get to this man. He's above my head.
Bro.
Is there a
The mine over here.
anybody know the path? Yeah, I figured y'all would know. Yo, Steve, thanks for
What's up?
coming up with this idea. I've really enjoyed my time with this game. When my subscription is up, I see myself re-upping. I like this game.
Nice.
I'll
then-
probably
then-
once my subscription is up, I'll probably go monthly just to like, you know, save the cash, but save the immediate hit. But I really like this game, man. This is, and if you didn't push me, I never would have tried it.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. It's cool. No worries.
Dude, and I really like that it turned into something now that we do every week on the channel. And when we were talking about doing it, it was the original plan was just gonna be me and Steve, and the fact that it turned into this posse is like, I love it, man. Like I get a guaranteed hangout with my friends every week, and like,
I bought a computer just because I didn't want to miss out on being part of it.
yeah,
Literally, it was I own a PC, so I didn't want to miss out on it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
regardless of what, like, with the stream or without the stream, I'm back in. Like, this has always been my game.
yeah,
This has
man.
always been, like, something that I've always wanted to have a close group of friends to play with. Like, I had my military guild that I was in, and, like, friends. But none of my, like, real life friends really played WoW. None of them.
Yeah, well, that changed now, all right? Fuck it. And I appreciate you guys watching my ass too, like, because obviously I'm like the lowest level every single time, but like, it's fun, man. Actually, you know what's funny? I'm actually really enjoying that dynamic of like being the young buck in the group because it feels right. I am the young buck in the group, you know?
You know what? I didn't think you were gonna last.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
I had my
money was
reservations.
There was a turning point for sure. There was a moment where I kind of like went, like I was enjoying it from the first episode, but there was a moment where I like kind of connected with my character and we just went like, oh, I'm attached to this character that I'm playing, you know. And once that happens, you're in. You know?
Yeah. So can we get like a moment of silence for those daisies that didn't make the trip with us this far?
Oh, are we talking about Blorgus?
Yeah,
Blorgus.
bisexual Blorgus, R.I.P.
We'll see him again.
Who's Blorgus?
Blorgus is Shan's character. Blorgus,
Bisexual Blorgus.
bisexual Blorgus will ride again, I'm sure.
Bisexual.
Praxis
Blorgus.
Axel is omnisexual.
That's right. I fuck anything.
Like, you guys should play Final
That's
Fantasy
not good.
14.
Anything. If I can fit my dick in it, I will bang it.
That's the worst thing ever.
Like this wheelbarrow right here. Oh, you know what? It's been a while since I showed my prowess.
Oh no.
Hold up. Time to start showing my prowess.
Wow.
Get that prowess.
I've never been more ashamed.
What? Who amongst us hasn't nutted in a wheelbarrow? That's all I'm
You
saying.
got to roar at it. Roar.
I set a fire in a wheelbarrow this past summer.
Wait, slash roar is a thing?
Thank you, Haagen-Dazs, for not sponsoring us. I've decided it's that part of the night.
How come nobody told me? Oh, it doesn't make a sound. So wait, does anything else make an out loud sound, or is it just the train?
cheering, you do it like ah ha ha, and like you cheer. If you do LOL or aha, your character will will actually laugh out loud.
Oh,
Really?
I'm a LOL as soon as
Yeah.
we murder these fools.
Yeah, if you type in LOL, your character will actually laugh.
When do they
What are
add
these
the
fools?
joke?
I don't know, but they do have. Yeah, if you do
Ooh, I just
slash
got a lot of
silly, your
experience.
character will tell a joke.
Oh, that's a great laugh.
All the time.
Aw.
We're all the same size.
A duck walked into an apothecary and he said, "Give me some chapstick and put it on my bill."
I can't wait till this quest is done and I can look for another Garibaldi art.
All right.
I love that.
All right, two adventurers were walking in a cave. One was assaulted.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cover you with this. That was so bad.
Why is your face so red? You got rosacea or something?
Alright, what are you doing in here?
I'm getting this quest.
Alright.
Give me your quest.
That's not a joke.
Aw.
Cover for me. I gotta whiz behind the tree. What is
Who amongst us
What is
hasn't
that?
whizzed behind a tree?
Gonna roll on
roll,
it.
bro? Everybody roll, bro. 38.
I already did,
Yeah.
fool.
What up?
38.
Reroll,
Push it.
reroll,
Push it.
Y'all gotta roll
reroll.
off.
54.
Roll off.
Roll off.
54.
Vaya, cabroncito. No te mueves, cabroncito. Oh, wait, I forgot you hate that movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you ashamed of your heritage. You don't even
Oh
watch
shit! What are you talking about, guy?
You don't watch
Viva la
Scarface,
raza,
you're
bro.
ashamed.
What are you talking
La Raza? What?
Viva la
about?
raza.
Yo, don't shame me. Don't shame me, bro.
You're
I'm
culturally
multicultural,
don't shame me, bro.
I'm multicultural, bro. I'm
I
first
have no
generation,
idea what's
Steve.
going on.
You're a cultural appropriator.
What?
Listen, just because we out here, Hispanics that have felt the
I'm
warm
local
embrace of the
for life,
whitey,
bro.
just because we Hispanic and we felt the warm embrace, doesn't mean we're not still Hispanics, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
You know, we out here blending, bro.
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro.
We them blend boys.
Bro, I'm also Eastern European. I can't help it. What am
Yo,
I
you
supposed to
too?
do, man?
What's up?
Yeah, bro.
you're
I'm
insincere.
Ukrainian, bro.
That's hot.
Mexican Ukrainian, bro.
I'm
That's how we do.
I'm Puerto Rican Lebanese.
Oh.
I'm a mutt.
Misha, we can't pin Misha down.
I'm a Slavic mutt.
Yeah, she's from many regions.
Yeah.
All the Anias, basically.
I mean, the most prominent is Russian and Bulgarian and
I'm just
there's
gonna
just
assume
too
all the
many, dude.
Anians. Pennsylvania,
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got all the
Romanian,
aliens. That's great.
Al Blaine.
Oh shit, I'm getting waxed, boys.
I got you.
Baby's like, fuck this.
It's
Nah,
been-
I'm eating tacos.
Tacos.
Oh, I was saving like the nice
Not good.
big line for the last taco because they gave me 3 pieces, and like
Oh.
it's the line where it's like you go to squeeze it and it looks full of it, and it was just like, nah.
No. Oh, that's
So like yeah, right.
That's
so it's
dead
like,
wrong.
That's sad.
Oh my god, Davey, we are so in accord. My place also sends me 3 tacos with the limes and the radishes. Oh
Yeah.
my god, let's go. I want tacos really bad. I might have to get tacos tomorrow. Oh my god. I'm getting, that's it. Misha, I think we're getting, oh no, we're not getting tacos tomorrow. Maybe Friday.
Why are we not getting tacos tomorrow?
We have plans tomorrow.
Why do those
And
plans not
anal.
include getting tacos at some point?
Because if we get tacos, I might get chorizo. And if I get chorizo, we can't go to someone else's house.
Yo,
Oh,
are you getting
yeah.
credit?
Oh, so you just want me to deal with that?
Yes.
Thank you. I love you so much.
You committed to this endeavor, all right? Other people, not so much.
Regrets, I have a few.
Yo, don't you guys gotta stay close to this guy?
oh shit,
What?
yeah.
Where are we?
Oh, are we on one of those quests? I didn't even know what was happening. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. You gotta stay close to this guy and protect him.
Is he alive still?
Yep, I stayed here.
Good job. Sorry, I was talking about tacos. I get excited.
I'm so excited.
I thought it was an escort quest too. I was like running with them too. I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna take this guy out of here.
It's a protect quest.
Wow.
So,
Alright.
so Davey, what's your go-to when you order the tacos?
3 chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos. I mess with
3
that.
chicken tacos with the works. Guacamole,
Everybody-
everything.
Everybody
Yep.
knows the move
That
is
sounds good.
carnitas, chorizo,
Mhm.
and like probably barbacoa, bro. If you're in a little bitch.
Oh, Capicola. Can you talk to the guy again yet, Dan?
Barbacoa.
Car- car- carnitas and chorizo are like those are like my go-tos for the tacos.
Yo, hey, how you doing?
But honestly, if it's in a taco, I'm gonna eat it. Like, it's really like it's not a question.
I fuck with like fish tacos.
You know what's my favorite though? I like to get chimichangas, but not from a good place. I like to get chimichangas from the trash place, cause they put it in this like, I don't even know. It's just like a fried dough patty. Like it's not real. It's not real food, right? Like, but it's so good. It just tastes like oil in that like delicious oil taste way. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, he
about?
likes to eat oil.
That-
That's some ice cream.
There's a spot by us that has the best chimichanga like ever. I get it every time we go there. I don't get anything else.
Oh my god! You see now I kind of want chimichangas.
It says it's
Are
complete.
you hungry?
I'm hungry.
Do you want to eat after this?
What time is it?
I don't fucking know.
9:34. Can we get chimichangas right now?
Oh my god, am I gonna have to deal with that for the rest
All
of the night?
right, guys, keep me alive for a second. I gotta look up something.
Did you talk to the guy? Did you turn the quest in?
Did
Oh shit! All right, let me do it. Hold up. Sorry.
Right behind you.
Just yeah. I'm
What
gonna,
up?
I'm gonna see if I can get an order of chimichangas right now from the spot that I'm thinking of. Yo, I leveled up 24, baby.
Nice.
Alright.
Jack Bauer up in this Ross.
Shadow Fanky? What?
I want this creature belt.
Wait, are we going to Damascus or whatever the fuck it's called?
Darnassus?
Darnassus? Is that where we're going?
That's the Night Elf city.
We fucking
All right, I want to
know.
ask you guys a question.
You want to run Dan through Blackfang?
Davey, can I ask you an armor question real quick?
What's up?
This one has an armor of 50, and it says when you equip, you get plus 12 attack power.
Hang on. Let me. It's so do this. This is a lot easier. Open your chat thing when you go to type in, like you're gonna speak, and do /P. So it says party and it's flashing.
Okay, I did /P.
And it should say party and it's flashing like you're gonna put in letters.
No, that didn't happen.
I have to hit enter
Oh.
again.
/P. Okay, it says /P. Yeah, now what?
Okay. So what you can do is if you shift click the item, you can link it in chat so other people can see it.
Okay, but one of them I'm wearing and one of them I'm looking at. So how do I?
No, I'm saying you can shift click them with. So if you shift click the piece of gear while you have your chat bar, like that, you can show people your gear in chat. You don't have to do anything. It's just you just shift click.
Maybe that matters, man. What's up?
Okay. So did that work? Are y'all seeing it?
Oh.
Wait, where are you? No. Do you know how to type in party chat?
I think I'm doing it. Yeah. Did I just do it? I don't even know what I'm doing. All right. Tell me things.
Okay. So you have different ways of talking to each other in this. So it's not just you hit enter and say. You can talk in your guild. Like, so we can talk in a party, just the 4 of us. That's
Okay.
the blue. Those are the blue things you have coming up.
So how do I do that?
So hit enter.
Okay. It says party.
Now,
This is so melted.
okay. Okay. So now what you can do while that is up, if you hold down shift and click a piece of gear, it'll put it in that little window in the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
And then hit enter again.
Okay, so that's this one.
Oh.
Okay. And I'll do it with the other one.
Okay, and then that's this one. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
What do?
So I would say the one with the 52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and why would you say
Because
that?
it's strength and stamina are the stats you need. 5 intellect and 2 spirit really need it all.
Okay. So what's the deal with that plus 12 attack power though? What's that about?
So the way that it works is that for your class, whatever your stat is that lets you do damage, you get 2 attack power for every one of that stat. So you see how the one with the 52 armor gives you 7 strength?
Mm-hmm.
That increases your attack power by 14 because it's 7 times 2.
Okay.
Okay. Whereas the other one gives you 12 attack power, so it's 2 less attack power and 2 less armor. The other stuff you don't care about because they don't like the intellect and the spirit. They do nothing. Like it's not for your class, so you don't even have to worry about that.
Gotcha.
That's for casters. That's mana pool and how much spell damage, shit like that.
Yeah,
It's gonna take me. I'm still learning, but
it's okay. It's okay.
You're asking the right questions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude,
I want to know.
yeah.
I want to be able to look at a piece of gear and actually know if it's better.
There's nothing wrong with asking questions. That don't worry about asking questions. Ask 100 questions.
Also leather, which the majority of the time you're not going to use anyway.
Yeah, you want to also want to try to wear full mail armor as a warrior.
No chimichangas?
No chimichangas.
Uh,
What about Pabst Chalusi?
Like I could call the inferior place, but then I'm just getting an inferior experience.
But what if it's quesadillas?
For that, I'll just eat some ramen noodles and call it a day. All right. Oh shit, Jedi's on. Yo, Jedi, get in the game, motherfucker.
So let's go. I'm following you.
Okay. So I turned that question.
Do you have anything else in the mind?
Let's see. Inside here, no. Everything now is out of here and back towards civilization.
All right, let's get out.
Where's Davey? I'll mark him.
Oh shit, I'm back to looking like my normal self.
oh.
Yeah, it wore off after the hour.
Got you. That's cool. Ooh, hello, boys.
And so we did so we've been playing when we can, off stream obviously together. And we did Scarlet Monastery, Library, and Armory. That's a place that we would like to get you to soon. Beautiful place. It's inside of a cathedral, a monastery.
It's after the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're religious zealots.
What?
Very beautiful architecture. Very beautiful design.
Just the kind of scenery you really just want to just slaughter people in.
Yeah.
Moonshine and Coke.
No.
Ramen Coke?
No. Fucking A, man. I'm feeling groovy right now. I like the visual. Steve, man, that game I keep telling you about that I think you'll really like. The remaster's coming out either like this week or next week. I really like the variance in like the visuals from place to place. It's that kind of stuff like really keeps me engaged in a game. If like when you go to where are you guys? Wait, if you go to like different areas and they're very visually distinct, and like it doesn't look samey. It kind of every place has kind of like its own vibe. That shit really keeps me playing a game.
But again, like you've only seen a percentage, like a small percentage of what the game actually like has to offer. Because you see how big this one portion of the map is. You know what I mean? You've been to very.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
It's right. Come to me. I'm at the exit.
You actually did a really good job of showcasing that scale the very first episode we did. Like you waited till the end of the episode and you were like, okay, so you see this is everything we did, and then you were like press this button and then press this button, and then it was like that's the section of the map we're in, and then you were like press this button, that's the continent we're on. Hey, press this button, that's the world. I was like, what the fuck? Like this game is huge.
And in the next game, you'll get like another planet. Then you'll get Outland in Burning Crusades, and then it goes
Hopefully
to.
they don't ever do that.
You don't want Outland at all?
I don't want to go. I don't want to just. I don't just want to replay 15 years of WoW. I just, if they're gonna do something different, then let it be different. That's what I mean. I don't want to just redo what I've been doing for 15 years.
Sure, I agree. I agree completely.
I already have. Listen, I'm gonna say it on stream, dude. I already have 24 characters on there. I'm not doing it again.
So here's my question: have they like laid out a roadmap as for what they're gonna do with this version of the old school version of the game? So
no.
Things. Just do things.
That's kind of wild.
Not really.
They just said how they re-released parts of the game and
figure out what people want, because originally it was. Oh, sorry, I'm lagging a little bit.
No, you go. Right. So originally this was retail. Like this was the only WoW there was.
Yeah, and what happens is that they're redoing it where it's that how games come out in patches, they were doing it where content, instead of just releasing the original World of Warcraft all at once, they were releasing it in stages as if it was just released again over the course of like 2 or 3 years, how they originally did. But I really hope they just don't just, oh, here are all the same expansions that we did. It's kind of like...
Right, because...
No.
The whole point would be to bring it back and take it in new directions and like maybe finish stuff that like they didn't finish last time, things like that. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and it's like they have a whole thing with that, and I feel that would be better. I feel like just going. If you're just trying to make like a greatest hits of WoW, like I don't know how I feel about that because it's like.
So now the divide must be pretty big then in the community between people who really like the way it used to be and people who are into it the way it is now, that they would even bother to do this, right? Like, so there must be like a pretty sizable amount of people who preferred things back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, most people do. I'm gonna tell you right now, most people, and people say this too. People who play WoW retail now, I'm sorry, they talk about it's habit. It's a game they've played for 15 years. They're doing it a lot. A lot of people who get into it now, it's a lot of time. There's like, or it's like competition, like they're gamers and stuff like that, where it's like, it's not the same like it used to be.
So the aspect is completely different.
The game of WoW itself is not even though this is basically like the same format, the game like you play in retail, like it's not even the same game.
The way you play is different.
So,
the way you play is just so different.
And this is the shit that intrigues me again because I'm not in this world, but I am in other video game worlds, so I have some basis of understanding. Do you guys have some sort of consensus as to what it was that went wrong? Or if even wrong is the word, you know what I mean?
They made it, I'm going to say it right now, they made... In WoW, this is just like kind of like the consensus from a lot of people that like I've spoken to in the way it is, where it's that in WoW, you can inspect someone and you can immediately, like you not immediately, but you can immediately look at them and say, okay, you play for X amount of hours during this amount of time, during this period, during this stuff, and you've done X things. And you can tell all that instantly. In the new game, it's just grind. Oh, my piece is better than yours. Grind. Oh, well, even though I grinded for 1,000 hours, you did this one thing with a chance to get this one thing that's better. So now you just save 1,000 hours and no one knows where you even got that from. And it's like...
Yeah, you used to be able to tell a person's skill by what they were wearing, where they've been. It was a roadmap.
Interesting. So, right. So basically what you're saying is everybody who played, it didn't matter how they got to the party, everyone was going to the same party.
Right.
You could get there from a lot of different places, but you were going to the same party. And now...
Right. And what was really cool about it, which I'm going to say, you can call me a goody too, or like, but I think that was a big thing about it, was that you couldn't cheat your way into the party.
Yep.
There was a ticket, and if you didn't have a ticket, you didn't get in. And if it's just you wanted to get in, you grinded out a ticket.
Time is money.
Cool.
That's the way it went. And there was no...
In order to unlock certain things. So in order to do this, you need a key. And in order to get the key to be allowed into the thing, you had to grind and quest and complete all of this entire line for hours to prove your mettle before anybody would even let you in a group. Now it's more like, oh, I can just press one button and queue, for a random generator of people to get into that same thing and get a slightly less valuable item than the person who poured all their time into it.
You would have been at least level 30 or 40 by now, and we never would even have left a major city in order to level.
I think he would have been closer to 50.
Yeah, at this point easily.
Wow. Okay. So it's not so. Then again, reading the tea leaves with my complete no knowledge of any situation.
Yeah.
What it sounds like the new version is less immersive that way, where like the incentive to just play it for all those hours and fall into it the way we have. Like obviously, I'm doing it on a much smaller scale than if I was playing this with you guys every day, just hanging out. But I'm
Basically,
still.
think of it, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, but I'm still feeling. I'm feeling the progression of my character. I feel a lot stronger than I was when we started. I feel a lot more confident than I was when we started. Like I'm not confusing my buttons as much as when we started.
But you start to immerse yourself in the wrong things in retail. It's like, I have to do this same daily quest in order to get this item, in order to turn that item in to get, you know, some frivolous piece of gear that when I do the next thing, that's gone.
So basically, the same thing that's happening to everybody who likes every type of video game is happening to y'all over here in WoW.
Retail, listen, retail is basically retail is basically made for everyone and for everyone to hold hands, have a good time, and hang out. World of Warcraft is you're a nerd who is playing a game in a fantasy world about elves, and like you're gonna do nerdy shit, and you're gonna, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
yeah, man.
Like retail is made for everyone, whereas WoW is like, no, this
Dude,
is a game about immersion. I
appreciate the nerds so much because I put like, you're talking about a guy who I put over 200 hours into Skyrim, right? I never beat the final boss of the game. But my game was over when I got fucking 3 guitars to put on my wall in my dolly house, and I took a wife and had 2 kids. And I was like, yeah, I'm satisfied. I got my guitars on the wall. I got my little garden growing plants. My house is cool as fuck. Yeah, that's Skyrim. I'm good. You know what I mean? So like, that is me in a nutshell. I love the nerdy side of it. That's the thing I get into, is the like being lost in the world and being this character. Like Misha and I are playing Dark Souls 3. Every time we get together to play, I change my outfit and my presentation and my weapon of my character, and I come in as a totally different vibe every time we play. And it's like the minutia of it, right? It's like, oh, this outfit doesn't give me any stat bonus at all, but I look sexy as fuck. I'm rocking this, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
and also like certain things, like you can like Steve was saying, like there's like certain things from like certain bosses where it's like if someone like if you're just like, oh yo, like invite me, I can do this or whatever, you can just like look at someone and it's like, yeah, like I'm not gonna say that you can, but it's like you have nothing to show that you've done anything like that, and it's like I'm gonna question that just real quick because like you would at least have something,
right?
You know, where it's like.
But your gear shows you what you've done and what you've earned, but your skill keeps you there once you get in.
And you know what? I will say this. In terms of in and out for me on a game, showing the dolly clothes on my character is the biggest get me in ever. Like, look at my shoulders right now. I mean, we haven't stopped to acknowledge my shoulders because we're in the middle of some shit. But, like, can we talk about my shoulders? These are some these are some shoulders, yo.
Let's see if I can find classic WoW tier.
Oh, I have some exclamations over here. I'm gonna go grab them, yeah?
Yeah, let's go grab them. That's where we're going, right?
Well, if I can get to them. Hold on, let me hit map.
Where is everybody?
Oh, I passed one? I'm gonna go back for the one I missed. We're in Greatwood Vale, is that where we are? I believe.
Yes.
Stone Town.
Yeah, Stone Town now.
Okay, where would I fly?
So fly to Sunrock Retreat.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Sunrock Retreat. So,
okay.
all right, man, I'm gonna send you in the life size something to look at. The tier gears, what the tier appearances look like.
Is this? Do you want me to put this on screen, or is this just for my?
That's
eyes?
for you for later if you want. but it's what all of the stuff looks. So you have your tier sets. So after you defeat certain raids, it drops tier pieces, and once you put them together, you get set bonuses. But they all match, and they all look cool, and they're part of like a full suit of armor that matches and looks, cool, but also have great set bonuses. I think, what are they up to now? 3?
Entourage? Entourage is 2.5.
Yeah, okay, 2.5.
Almost there.
Oh, 3 is Nax, right?
3 is Nax.
3 is Nax.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I play Classic is because I want to do Nax.
Right.
I'm not bullshitting you.
Dude, that's a fucking endorsement right there.
I made my character when it first came out, and I was like, and I didn't even want to fuck. This is a true story. I made my shaman when Classic came out, and I was already a little pissed that I wasn't making a warlock because I wanted to make my original main, do that all over again. But we already had a warlock in the group, and kind of honestly, I wanted to check out shaman with all the totems and how it was originally, and I made it. And I remember I got to level 9. And I was doing a quest inside of a mine by myself, and I was grinding for like 3 hours. And I was like, Dave, why the fuck are you playing this game? I'm like, why are you? I'm like, why are you just replaying the same game from the beginning that you've been playing for like 15 years? And I'm not even bullshitting you. A group of 3 people came in, and they helped me clear out the mine. And then I dinged and I hit level 10, and something happened where like I quested with my friend August, and I went to 12 and I started dungeoning. But dude, there's so many points where like I've sat here and just like I just want to do all the things in Classic that I didn't get to do because I was a teenager and just didn't understand like how to get all that done. And it's like now I just want to like fucking kill it, especially since Nax, because Nax is like the first thing in Classic that they released, and they were kind of like, all right, we like really fucked this up, so we're just gonna release the Burning Crusade. And
yeah,
because no one did Nax.
Fix it.
No one did Nax when it originally came out.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of people who did it. It was fun though.
Even top raid guilds, I was told, like even top tier raid guilds, like they didn't even mess with Nax. They were just like, nah. They were just like, it's too broken.
It was too much of a pain in the ass, and it was half broke.
Yeah.
Even when they went back and they did the version at 80.
80 was cool though.
80 was fun.
80 was cool.
It lost some of the charm. That's all I'll say. It lost some of the charm.
I need Beezlith Fang.
You get that here?
Allegedly, right? That's
she's the queen. She's the queen spider. She's somewhere. I know which one you're talking about.
You gotta like keep doing the eggs. Keep doing the eggs and fucking healing shit, and then she'll drop down.
So what? Am I supposed to be taking the stuff that's in the eggs, or?
Well, can you pick up the eggs?
I was able to interact with it, but it didn't have a quest item inside. It just had like some shit in it.
Oh no, they're deep moss eggs. No, you don't need them.
Yeah.
We're just looking for
the egg quest.
Well, I just see bags here. That's why
he doesn't have deep moss eggs.
Oh,
I have
over here. I found her.
I have bags on my screen. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Usually bags is like pick some shit up.
Hover over the bag. What does it say?
That's what I said before. I don't remember what it was. Hold on.
Well, I just killed that person you need. So go loot that.
Yeah. I got 30 experience off that. That was... Oh, here we go. Yeah. There you go. Got it.
So that's the one you needed? That's the only bag?
Yeah. It was weird. There was multiple bags on the screen, but I guess it was just finding...
Sometimes it does that depending on where the boss spawns.
Oh, I see.
Like this, it could spawn here.
See, that's that shit I'm talking about learning the visual language of the game. Because that was confusing for me, but now that you say that, I get it. It's like, oh, it could be in any of these locations. It's just a matter of where it spawns.
Which I prefer to pinpoint.
Right,
like,
yes,
I don't
me
want
too.
to know exactly where it is all the time. Just give me the area around it.
Yeah. I just wish it was a little clearer, you know? But other than that, I'm with you on that. I prefer to, like, just send me to... Again, Steve, I know the outside of the bit that we're always doing, that's why I think that you would like Dark Souls so much, because they just don't hold your hand at all, and you have to go and through context clues and your own ability to parse it together, you learn how to play the game well and how to get to where you need to go. And I don't know, like, okay, I'll give you guys an example about why I like Dark Souls so much. early on in the game, there's this armored boar with like these big ass tusks, and he comes charging at you, and he's difficult as fuck, right? Like if you try to fight him straight up, it's early in the game, you're not super leveled, he's very difficult. And to the right of where he charges you, there's a staircase, right? If you take that staircase, I'm actually gonna stop moving for a second, just because I don't want to like, lose my train of thought. If you take that staircase, you go up, you kill a couple of guys, and there's an item on the ledge that's called an alluring skull. You pick up the alluring skull. If you are with it enough to read the item description, it says that it draws enemies to you, right? If you look down from where you're standing, where you pick it up, there's a pit of fire. If you put 2 and 2 together, take the alluring skull, throw it into the fire, the boar will chase it into the fire and basically kill himself for you. And
Nice.
there's no NPC that tells you boars are drawn to alluring skulls. There's nothing in the game that signposts that for you other than this item is here, this fire is here, this boar is here. Put it all together in your mind, do the thing, and it works. And when you make that connection in your brain, if you, the first time I played, I didn't do it. If you make the connection in your brain that those things all go together, you have this moment where instead of a game telling you what to do, you had a game in front of you and you figured out how to do it for yourself. And that's irreplaceable. Like there's no other way to get that feeling, you know? And so that's why I'm such a like pusher for those games, because I'm like, this is something that used to be commonplace in video games that's getting harder and harder to get a hold of, that I think is part of what made me fall in love with this shit in the first place, is that like I'm in a world and I'm figuring it out, you know? Like, and this game is giving me like tons of those vibes. I just wish I was better able to grasp it quicker. If I didn't have you guys, I'd be feeling real lost, you know? But I like it.
The part of that I love about that is the discovery of learning it on your own. It can seem overwhelming at first, but it does a very good job of teaching you how to do those things.
That's true. And the nature of streaming too, it's like I'm not really reading as much as I'd be reading if I was playing this alone, you know? If I was playing alone, I'd be reading everything, right? Because I'm again, as we've been saying all night, I nerd. I get into the lore of the world that I'm in, and I like knowing what's going on, and you know why, not just what we're doing, but why we're doing it. You know, unfortunately, the nature of streaming it like this is like there's not that much. There's not time for that. You know, these streams would be like 8 hours each if we were like stopping to read everything. You know. But it's cool. I also appreciate you guys kind of giving the shorthand version of events while we play. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I hope that later, watching this back, I hope it like vibes as a series, you know? I hope it's a
You
good...
should watch lore videos for sure.
Yeah, I gotta... You did send me that one, and but I never finished it. I gotta watch more.
There's a lot of cool history and stuff. You gotta figure, even though, like, before this game ever came out, you had all the fucking Warcraft games before this. So this game started with a rich legacy and then built another 15, 20 years on top of a legacy that was already there.
So what's the vibe of the Warcraft games? Are they like RTSs?
Yeah, RT.
Bro,
Yo, Steve,
Warcrafts are the best games.
They're really fun. They're story-driven RTS.
Bro, Frozen Throne,
Stevie,
best game ever made.
That's how I got it. That's how I got into Warcraft.
when are you gonna when are you gonna stream a RTS, bro? I'd be really down to watch that.
Who are you talking to?
You specifically, because I know you're.
I want to go through the Warcraft series. I also want to do the...
I'll buy it.
What's up?
If you buy Reforged, I'll buy it.
Oh, nice. Okay, might have to do that.
You
I
said
love
you owned it already.
Nah, I said I was gonna buy it when it was on sale for $20.
I would have done
Well,
the
no,
command.
because you never mind. You told Peter when we were playing Rock Band, if you own it, hop on. I got it.
I said if you own it, I'll get it and I'll hop on.
Okay.
I wanted to do Command and Conquer games because I really love those games too, but obviously they're not for Mac.
Steve, I keep telling you, I got you, man.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, it's annoying at first, I know, it's annoying to go through the hoops, but once you do it and you're playing, you won't care.
Nah, man. For this particular one, I do.
You want native, you want easy.
For this game,
I get it.
It's
No,
like,
I know
how many
I know
times
how much you love them.
how many times are you gonna fuck it up? How many times are you gonna not do it? I think we need to follow this person. You're on a escort quest.
Am I? I have a question mark nearby. That sucks. All right.
It's okay. I think you're on this escort quest first.
Fuck. If I had
We'll have-
known, I would have did it first. That's all right.
No worries.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys, for fucking slumming it while I level up.
Nah, man. This is the game. The game is at its best when you can play with friends and with people. When you can do things together. Like the solo experience is better in retail because you don't need anybody. So if you're only playing by yourself, you're good to go because you can just meet random strangers. As far as like, I can queue for a dungeon and then just get in a dungeon and it instantly teleports me there and I don't have to do anything. But like the personal like we wouldn't really have had that interaction we had earlier today with Piebald or whatever.
Pie man.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. We had that interaction. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been that.
The guy we were
charm
talking shit with before. Do you remember his name? At the beginning of the stream. Pie something. Pie master. Pie master.
Nice.
There you go.
What we would have done, what you would have done is you would have logged on, right? You would have seen what you need to do for the week. Then you would hit I or H and Q for either a battleground or a fucking thing, and then leave it. Not even look at your fucking shit. Sit in the city until you hear da-na-na, and then go back to your computer and press enter battle. Like,
yeah, that sounds whack.
it's not nearly as fun, man. It's not nearly as fun. So I hope that they keep. Like, is it easier? Sure. Are there some things about this classic WoW that I would, add some retail elements to if I could? Absolutely. But I don't know, man. Nothing beats this game.
I get it. I totally get it. I understand completely. Again, because from different schools of thought. Like, people prefer Bloodborne. People prefer Dark Souls 3. Nothing touches Dark Souls 1 for me. Because, when you're in that world and you're walking around and you're making those connections in your mind of, oh, this place leads to this place and I can loop back around. And there's no bonfire to teleport from or teleport to, there's this energy that you get doing that's irreplaceable. I am intimately familiar with the map in Dark Souls 1 in a way that I just don't feel from all the other games combined.
Yeah.
They're all great. We're talking about the degrees of greatness, you know what I mean? It's not like a major difference, but it's like but there is a difference, and it's tangible. It's a tangible difference.
We'll get attacked here in a second, by the way. Stay loose.
Vice City. Thank you.
Yo,
Vice City's.
By the way, Jedi, welcome to the fucking squad. Good to see you, man.
I think you make.
It's a level 16, bro.
Oh wait.
I almost feel bad.
I'm not even getting experience off this.
Me neither.
I didn't even hit anyone.
Are these quests loading? I didn't even hit anyone. Sorry.
Remember, no great quests. I'm not trying to do no great quests.
No, nothing's great. I mean, I'm sure I'll get a quest reward.
You got the escort quest when we started it, right?
Yes, right? Yeah, for sure.
You're on this quest. Did you get completed?
To lead her to safety.
I'm not sure. I took the quest where we were, and then we followed this person, and now we're here. So I'm assuming I'm on the quest.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get the quest, but I was.
Well, you've already done it. Remember, we all quested in this area way back in the day.
Okay, that's right. Copy.
Whoa.
Wait, are we rolling?
Coming on at 36, coming strong.
Okay, that's not how it goes.
That's like,
Damn.
Damn.
oh,
That trip.
dude. I feel like for me, anything in the 40 is like the most insulting roll because like it's not garbage. Like yeah, like you roll a 3, you roll a 3. It's like I could live with that. I lost, but you roll like anything in that 40 to 60 range. It's like, come on, man, give me something. let me live. You know.
Did you get the quest for escorting her out?
I have some swords right where we're standing.
Well, no, there's a quest to turn. We can turn in the escort you just did right over here, and get the rest of the quests. But-
I don't. Well, I have a question mark, but it's south from here.
At the turn in for.
How can I?
No, it's the turn in for what we just did is at the Barrens.
I have like Searith Stonebreak is to the south. Goblin Invaders. Oh, that's the one we did before. Oh, and protect K. Yeah, yeah, they're both south of.
But that says complete.
Yeah, I have the question mark. That means we can turn it in, right? Yeah, complete.
Sweet.
Okay, so it's to the south. Which is.
I have so many quests I haven't turned in. So
This
gay.
way, yes. Map. Get out of here. Yeah, this way. That's where we gotta go.
All right, because
And then I have some swords here that says "Avenge my village." We need to kill 3 more ruffians.
All right, they're in the area. Let's kill those really quick since they're like right in this area. So head to them while I get this herb. Don't follow me.
Okay. I'm heading towards and feeling buff, so I'm not that scared. Gentlemen, my friends and I would like to murder you. I am the man who will be killing you now. Da-da-da!
I'm out of range.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna ignore
Finally,
that.
I've been waiting for this moment the entire time we're playing. I am mollywopping this fool.
A moment like this.
He's not on my level. I didn't even get experience, and he's dead. You'd love to see it. I can do. Oh no, I was just about to say I can do this on my own, and there's like 7 of them.
Nah, go ahead.
Let me not talk shit though.
Go ahead, Did you just call him Big Nuts?
Yep.
Nah, but you saw how I immediately checked my hubris. That's who I am. I am fresh to death, cautious forever.
That's Mr. All Go No Quit Harry Stamper.
Listen, I killed the dragon in Dark Souls by using regular ass arrows and shooting 467 into his chest over the course of an hour and a half. That's
Those
how.
hands might be good for you, Dan.
Nah, it wasn't it. That's how I roll. I spent an hour and a half shooting one dragon with arrows from really far away.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that.
Because I don't give a fuck. You know what happened? He died and I got the drop. It's an hour and a half of my life I can never get back. I had to buy like 400 arrows, but I don't care. It worked.
Don't.
Jedi, did you see what I said in the chat? I was asking you something.
You never even
What-
detected
which
my
chat?
presence.
The party chat. Never mind. I'll just text you.
Did I see the? No, I didn't see it.
Oh, I was asking if you the jersey.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Oh, I'm wearing it.
Yo,
Oh, wait.
Yo.
Oh shit. Let me look at life size.
Yo, for real question. Actually, I just because that little anecdote made me think about another
Like-
good question for the room. Y'all, what's the most you ever like slow play cheese the boss in your life? Like, not at all the way it was intended to be done, but you got the job done and you got the victory.
Wolfenstein Old Blood, the last boss. Must have done that guy like 25 times. And I finally was like, fuck it. I just like figured out a crack and just like exploited it and then rode it to the end and I was so happy for it. Bro.
Fuck yeah,
No
dude.
regrets, dude.
Zero
Arcade.
ever.
Arcade Street Fighter. M. Bison.
Walk with the earth, mother.
Oh shit, we lost you at M Bison. What'd you say?
We
I said Blanca all day.
What,
on
what,
M Bison.
what was the move?
What can
It was
I
the
do?
electricity. Just sit there and spam the fucking electricity. Yo, touch me, you dead.
Dude, I'm gonna give you guys my number one on that ever. My number one cheese like that was Dungeons and Dragons Eye of the Beholder. If you guys, I don't know if you guys do like first person dungeon crawlers like that, but they can be fucking tough, man. That genre in general is. Oh, my quest log is full. Fuck.
Do you have any quests that you still have to turn in or that we are in the middle of, or have we kind of anything like basically have we finished everything that we've been starting?
I'm seeing a different area when I press map now. Where
You're the Barrens, technically.
Not ho.
I'm looking for. Oh, I see where we are. There's nothing. Well, I have one in Mulgore I can turn in, and then I have two in Stone Talon Mountains that I can turn in.
All right. I was gonna say, you want to just turn in those two, and then we can do Black Fang.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Shadow.
Yeah.
No,
I
we
can-
can do Black Fang Depths.
I have one in Mulgar, but
Oh,
everything
Black
else
Fathom.
is quests.
Black
Everything
Fathom,
else
yeah.
are quests that I haven't picked up at all.
Okay. So,
I have like 1,000 quests that are like not even completed, just sitting here.
Okay. So we're going this way, yeah.
Yeah, we'll turn in what you got at Sunrock, and then we can head over there because we'll be close too. From
Okay.
You
Sunrock.
should all have the flight path too, as well.
So, all right. So, Eye of the Beholder. This game is like a dungeon crawler. It's really tough. If you can figure out all the maps on all the levels and get a certain set of weapons, like you need to find the bejeweled fucking MacGuffin X, Y, and Z. If you get everything you need, when you get into the last boss, you combine all the things that you found and you push him into a pit and he dies. And it's really easy if you have everything that you need. But more than likely, the first time you're playing the game, right, you're probably not going to get all that. And what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to get there, not have what you need to beat the boss, and he's supposed to whoop your ass, and you're supposed to start the fucking whole game over, and make your way through and find the things you need to beat him. Because old school dungeon crawlers are like that. Like that's how they got more playing time out of you. Was you got to the end, you didn't have what you needed. Now you got to do a better job exploring on your way to the last boss. Okay, no. I'm fuck that. I'm Puerto Rican and I'm from Brooklyn. We don't play by those rules. So what Eddie and I discovered was he didn't come through the door of the boss arena. So what we did was we had him chase us to the door, ran through the door, hit him exactly 2 times, and closed the door on his face, which would make him go back to his starting position. And we, 2 hits at a time, beat over the course of however long it took. Like an hour, 2 hours, whatever the fuck. 2 hits at a time, we beat this dude to death through the doorway of the boss fight and got to the end of the game. It was such a fucking accomplishment that I can't even feel shade about it. Like, it was like, fuck it, we beat this game. And we still talk about it now. If I bring that shit up, we were like maybe, I don't know, 14 max, probably younger, probably like 12 when we did that shit. And till this day, if I bring it up, we both just smile a mile wide and go, you know what? I saw the ending. Fuck it. I beat that game. I didn't do half the shit I needed to do, but I beat it.
Remember that time we tried to stream it and it was an unmitigated disaster?
Yeah, it's a tough one to do without a walkthrough if you're not committed. I think we would do a better job now because we're more ingrained in streaming, you know? It's a tough one, man. You either have to pay a lot of attention or you have to know where you're going, you know? When you're dealing with anything where the visuals don't change that much, it's hard because everything starts to look the same, you know? But I love those games. I love that style of game. And it's having a bit of a modern renaissance in the indie scene, and I'm really loving that. Like, there's been some modern, like Legends of Grimrock is a really great modern take on that genre. It's really cool to see, like, people, it's basically people that make video games that are around my age that have, like, a reverence for that genre are kind of bringing it back. And it's like, it's really cool because I thought it was a dead genre, and like all of a sudden, there's a resurgence. There's new ones to play, you know, and I'm digging that. And that's something I think we're right now in video game history. We're kind of in the first wave of the Ouroboros of video games, where like the tail is like eating itself. Where like, for example, Dark Souls hugely influenced by Zelda. Dark Souls huge influence on Breath of the Wild. So the cycle now has gone all the way around to where the thing that was born out of influence is now influencing the thing that it got the influence from in the first place. You see that in music and movies all the time, but we're getting that now in video games. So that's really fucking cool because that opens the door to like limitless creative potential because you're taking iterative work and making it into creative work. And that's when the fun starts. You know, that's when you go from like 60s rock and roll to 70s rock and roll, you know? And it's like, fuck, man, I can't wait. As soon as the money dries up, video games are going to get great again. Like, if you know what I mean. Like right now it's just such big business that like
there's no going back now.
But it will. It will like because something will come along to replace it in the zeitgeist. Like something will come along that takes the money away from video games. And when that happens, the creativity will come back in full force with all the modern technology and all the modern advancements. And then you'll really get some hype shit.
I don't agree. I think we never reach. Yeah, I don't think we ever reach a ceiling. Like it's just gonna keep climbing.
You don't think something more advanced than video games will come along?
I think no slowdown. It's been like 40 years.
But also too, I think also a big thing just with kind of with, and I'm gonna tell you right now where I think a big thing is gonna be a part of that is gonna be esports, where it's that the more because there's no more money in making a single quality a single player quality game. Like don't get me wrong, there's reasons to, and of course it's our like we've all been raised on them, whatever. But it's like the money now is how can we make the most multiplayer with DLC, or how can we make a single player game that you're gonna have other characters that you can like replay and go back as, and then add new things with that. Like there's no incentive anymore to give people a finished product. There's no incentive.
Well, the incentive is that if the people stop paying for these fucking.
I'm saying the content that comes from pre-sales, the DLC, be first to reserve, Xbox first or PS1, like like all that stuff, whatever. It's like the money is no longer in the content. The money's in the hype. Yeah, the money's no longer in the actual game.
Like the money's no flaw to it.
The money is what David's saying. Is the money is selling the advertisement for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's where the money.
Yo, look how this new thing for Fortnite. Look how awesome it's gonna be. And then it comes out and it's a fucking wash. And it's like, how come like no one says anything? It's
Dude,
like
everyone pre-ordered it. They're already on to the next one.
Exactly. So no one cares that it sucks because they already got your money a month before it even came out.
Davey.
And by the time you get that thing, they're already pushing what the next thing is, so you get hyped about that. It's like, yo, I just got this, but I can't wait for that. That's gonna be so much cooler in the cycle.
Yeah. They figured out a formula a long time ago on how to continuously make money off of people, and they're not gonna let that up.
But people have to start
You gotta
seeing.
think too. Like the thing is, like you don't have the funding to make a game that could compete with the games that they're bringing out. So like even if you wanted to be independent and wanted to be creative and wanted to put out a game like that, you would have to go through painstaking like crowds like funding just to like put it out, and then you would have to hope that people actually played it. But like,
hold on,
how could you even get people to play that game when there's like 20 games that your friends are playing? Like the idea of video games now is that like, what are my friends doing? What are the most people doing?
See, and that's funny because.
That's true, but listen
go ahead.
what you said. You said it's what people, when they hope that this game catches on. No one knew Fortnite was going to turn into what it turned into. It was a game, it came out, and then all of a sudden it blew up. But it didn't blow up overnight. There was an organic growth to it. They didn't just put it out and say, hey, this is the next big thing. They didn't know that game was going to do what it did, and then it did.
Right, and we're going through that right now. Even with Fall Guys, nobody could have seen that coming.
Absolutely not.
And who knows how long it's gonna hold the hype? Right, it might die down, and
it's already dying down.
Yeah.
Fall games though, like Steve was saying, Fall Games is not a game that, when you see how big it popped, you could see that it's not a game that's going to have the kind of staying power. It's very limited. It's very limited in what it can do, and they can change it up, of course, and add new maps. But the type of game that it is as a whole isn't a game that's going to hold millions of people's attention for very long.
Yeah, but essentially these are all the same games. Like just because you're doing different
Well,
activities,
Fall Guys
quote
is not
unquote, in them.
Fortnite.
No, but essentially it is. It's a battle royale game where there's tons of people fighting over like the one solid prize and kind of goofing around doing this. It's the same game. It's the same formula. It's not a different game than Fortnite.
They give you dolly clothes per season.
Yeah, it's not a different game. They're all the
Yeah.
same fucking game.
Right. And to your point, right? Like I enjoyed the shit out of it. I have only positive things to say about that game. I'm only jumping in like once a week. You know what I mean? I don't need to put 100 hours into that game to know that I enjoyed it and got my no money's worth. Like if
they'll add one game, one new game that's kind of like the other games,
Well,
just changed, like mini games.
to their credit, specifically the development team of specifically Fall Guys, it's a small team. It's not a big budget game. It's a small team and they're working hard. They've already released a intention for season 2. Like they already showed we're going here, we're doing this, blah blah blah. So they're staying ahead of it. But I don't think the game's gonna have Fortnite legs at all. I don't think it's gonna like be something that people are spending 3 years being addicted to. But I do think it's a nice, like, I like that.
No one bought the item packs in Fortnite because they wanted to. They bought it because they wanted to like flex on their friends.
Yes, and I don't think that something like Fall Guys is gonna get that. I don't think people care. I think and that's something that I actually like about it. I think that it actually has kind of. It's a little more wholesome. Like, yeah, they're selling you shit, and yeah, you can buy stuff, but I don't feel like it's being put in my face in an insidious way. Like, compared to something like that new Marvel game, which I'm already on hard pass on that. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for the okie doke. I'm not doing it. I don't.
What game?
The new Avengers game. I'm not falling for the okie doke on that one, man. It looks like 4 missions repeated over and over and over again. And I don't want to once again fall for that, like, oh, I get to play as Iron Man, but I'm doing shit that Iron Man would never do over and over and over and over again. Like, I don't want a boring ass smashy grind fest with a Marvel coat of paint that I play for 4 hours and realize that I've seen everything there is to see. Like, I don't want to go through that, and it feels so much like that's what this game is, So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not doing it. Obviously, the thought of playing with my friends and all being Marvel characters, there's some excitement there, right? But it's like, I can't, man. I'm like,
I do agree with you to a certain extent, which is why I am not pre-ordering it. I'm not going to buy it when it gets out, because the only game I'm gonna buy, now in the next 2 months is going to be Squadrons by Star Wars.
Yeah, and well, that one seems like they're going about it the right way,
But in terms of what the game is, like the game is basically, it's aerial combat. You're flying your X-wing, your A-wing, your Y-wing. You're flying your TIE fighter, your TIE interceptors.
Quick pause. Where are we going, guys?
Oh yeah, where are we going?
There's an out. If you open up the flight map, you'll see there's an outpost directly north of where we are. We've been there before, so I think you guys have it.
I think it's called Zoram Outpost or something.
Yeah. Zoram Outpost.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. By there.
Cool. Headed there. Cool.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So Star Wars, like Squadrons has, to me, it has the ability to be like an almost better N64 Rogue Squadron, only maybe not as repetitive due to the also added online multiplayer capabilities, as well as a single player story. So I mean that game, I liked what I saw, but to me I was like, this could potentially have a thing where it's like, you do all these missions, and then you fly, you kill. Once you win on the missions, it's like, well, what do you do after that? So that's my only problem with that, as well as why I'm also passing on the Avengers for the current future. And I'm talking to myself.
No, I hear. I just don't know. I don't know enough
What
about
is
Star Wars
going
to weigh in
on?
on that.
I know, but we're live on stream. I can't just like.
No,
I mean, my feelings on Star Wars games is ever since Jedi Academy 2 came out, there's no reason to buy a Star Wars game. That's how I feel about Star Wars games. Like, just give me Jedi Academy 2 remastered, I'll be happy. It's the only remaster I'll actually like welcome with open arms. I hate
That
Star Wars
game-
games.
that
And I
game,
hate,
like,
why do
just
I want to
came
be a
out.
stormtrooper? Like, stormtroopers aren't cool, you know? Like, the Jedis are cool. Using a lightsaber is cool. I don't want to shoot a pew pew gun, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot a pew pew gun.
I don't want to shoot a pew pew gun. I want to like, you know, like that.
I love that you added your sound effects into it.
I don't know, but I feel what you're saying. Like, I didn't play the new Star Wars game, The Force Awakens or whatever. What's it called? Oh, Fallen Order.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, wait, what game was that? Because I never heard of it.
Yeah, no, I think that's the movie. It's Force Awakens. That's the title of 7.
Still, probably almost never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I hate to say it. I don't get like giddy about the movies. I think they're just okay.
I used to get giddy about the games, and only because the games in the past, for the most part, they were actually like done by people who like cared about like the lore and like the stories that they were telling. Like they did release one game after episode 1, which was like the pod racing game, and that was repetitive. But when you got pod racing, you knew what it was. It was just pod racing. There's only so much you can really do. But with a game like Rogue Squadron, you could do different things, and you're fighting against, you're basically fighting against the Empire. You get to fly different ships. You have Knights of the Old Republic, which is still revered to this day as like one of the best Star Wars games ever made. So it's not like Star Wars has a terrible track record. I would say they have a middle track record, not the best, but definitely not the worst, because they've definitely had people who cared about the lore and about the stories that they were telling to make some games that were really good.
Dude, yeah, of the deeper properties that have been around for a trillion fucking years, yeah, I actually feel like Star Wars, at least in video game representation, is one of the better ones, right? Like, there are some stone cold classics in the Star Wars video game canon. Like, so many things don't have that many good games to stand on. Like,
I mean, I don't know, man. Have you ever played Enter the Matrix, bro?
Yo,
let's go. Fantastic game. Fantastic movie adaptation.
Man. I mean, if we're talking about good games based on the series.
But you see, Enter the Matrix is good because it was based on the Matrix and not just like a Matrix movie game.
Wait. Enter the Matrix. Right. That's the first one or the second one? Which one's this? The first one was Enter the Matrix. The second one's Path of Neo, right?
Yeah.
All right. No. I was thinking Path of Neo is dope. Enter the Matrix, I don't know. Yeah, I like that. You know what? You know what I like about those games? They expand the canon. They're in the canon. They count. They're Matrix Online 2, which I never messed with, is apparently also in the canon. I'm like, are they really gonna do Matrix 4 and go off of Matrix Online and say that Morpheus is dead? Like, I'm really interested in that because I know Lawrence Fishburne isn't doing the movie, right? So so is that shit actually canon? Because he dies in Matrix Online. I'm like, if is that?
He'll make an appearance as a throwback. I'm sure he will.
That's fucking wild, though, if they're gonna do that. If they're like saying, yo, that is the canon story, that's how it went down. Like, cause I don't know if you guys saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the last couple of weeks. I don't remember exactly the day that I read the article. He said that he believes that the future of storytelling isn't in movies; it's gonna be in video games. And when I read that article, I was like laughing because I was like,
right.
I see where he's coming from. Yeah, for sure. you know? And so the idea of a movie franchise that spun off and made video games, going back and making movies and keeping the canon story from the video games is exciting to me. I would really like that. You know, if
I
they're
would like
like,
those two mediums to stay apart from one another, honestly.
see, that's cool. We're on the opposite side of this because
You know what I mean?
the
Like,
the idea for me, I'll explain to you why I like it. The reason why I like it, because if you're a big Matrix head and you're not a video game person, the notion to me that maybe if you're so into the Matrix that you might consider playing a video game to get more of the story is exciting to me. You know, as a gateway to get people to like check out video games, I think is will be really cool. You know.
I don't know. I like to play my games. I like to watch my movies. You know.
I feel you. I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying right. It's not a right or a wrong question. It's more of a. I'm excited about the possibility of the blending, but I totally get why you'd be like, I want to keep them separate. I get that. But like if a perfect example for me is Blade Runner. If a Blade Runner video game came out tomorrow that was gonna expand on the lore, I'd be so fucking into that. It'd be ridiculous. You know, like I love that world. I would love to spend more. I actually have the Blade Runner video game that came out in the 90s that is pretty high regarded, but I never played it. I bought it because I want to stream it. I would love that. You know what I mean? Like I would love to spend more time in that world, and you're limited by the movie aspect of it because it's a big budget thing, but it's also kind of underground and doesn't make a tremendous amount of money. So there isn't a huge impetus for something like Blade Runner to have 10 movies in a franchise, right? It's got 2 movies in 30 years. So it's like
acclaimed, but not necessarily financially viable.
Exactly.
I don't know. The second one made $100 million in the box office.
Yeah, but 100 million isn't Endgame billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
no. I'm saying 100 million opening weekend. I think overall it made like something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is the standard now for stuff like that to get continual movies out of it is you have to be a huge blockbuster.
Yeah, like there's no talk of doing another one. Right. They're like not even discussing doing like in terms of like Hollywood, it's a flop. It was like that's what I mean. It sucks. I do think exactly what happened with the original Blade Runner is going to happen with this Blade Runner sequel, where 10 years from now people are going to talk about it like it's a stone cold classic, you know? And it just for whatever reason didn't catch fire, which is what happened with the original Blade Runner. That also didn't catch fire when it came out, you know? So it's one of those things. I bring that up as an example because it's something where I'm so into the fiction and I so wish I could spend more time in that world with those characters and with that vibe, but there's only so much material in the movies. So if you're telling me you could pivot that into a video game and give me like 10 more stories in that world.
I have to disagree with you. I don't think that it's a money thing. I think Ridley Scott is just like, this is what you get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he has any interest in doing it. You know, and I'm not necessarily on board with like people that start writing fan fiction based on like their favorite series.
Well, no, I'm with you.
Oh, I love what they did. Let me write my own shit.
No, and I'm there with you. And right. And so
I think it's also kind of unfair to like compare movies like Blade Runner against you know, like, the Marvel movies are blockbuster movies, so like, you compare blockbusters to blockbusters. But like in terms of making money in the box office, like for what Blade Runner is, like 100 million opening weekend is like a statement that says like this is the kind of content people do want, like, they do enjoy. You know what I mean? Like if you put it next to like some indie art house movie, it's a juggernaut. You know what I mean? You put it against Endgame, and I mean Endgame's a finale of an amazing series that people were following along with for like 13 years, over 22 like movies and TV series.
Right, but also but even that cuts both ways because even to what I'm talking about, like that Endgame is the end of a 15-year run of Marvel movies that are based on 30 years of comic books that came before it. So they had an endless well of source material to pick from. So where I'm coming from is exactly that. I'm talking about things that don't have an endless well of source material, things that kind of only got like their feet wet in the movies. But imagine if you could expand it going forward and not in a fan fiction way, but in like a seriously considered respect the canon, move it forward type of way. like I think we've only scratched the surface in what's possible in storytelling inside of video games is what I'm saying. I think that it could go deeper, and I think that it would it's another the same way you could take something that was a comic book and make a show, or take something that was a show and make a movie, or take something that was a movie and make a show. I do think that there's a way to take it and make it a video game and take it serious and like expand the fiction. You know, I see there being an avenue for that in the future. I don't know if we're there right now, but I definitely see that as being something that's viable, where it's like, oh, I watched the series, I saw the movie, I played the video game, I know what's going on in the canon. You know, I don't know, because it's not that outlandish when you consider movies to books has been a thing many times. They've expanded on the fiction of a movie into a book series and gotten the blessing of the creators and been part of the canon, and people accept that as a viable form of continuing the storytelling. So why wouldn't video games be an acceptable way to push the storytelling forward? You know, it's
I don't
just a
think it has
thought.
to do anything with the medium. I think it just has to do with the quality of it. Where it's that I think a lot of things where it's like, yeah, it works. It transitions every well. Like, listen, let's be real for a second, okay? And don't like that because I'm gonna mention Game of Thrones, okay?
That's fine. Yo, Game of Thrones is fucking.
The, the first
That's
four
the most
seasons-
legit fiction of the last 10 years in terms of capturing the social
Okay.
zeitgeist. You know.
Okay, screw it. Okay, it's not 100%. Let's just say an adaptation of. Listen, you're gonna lose some things in translation going from medium to medium. Okay, some things are gonna happen. Okay, and the reason why I bring up Game of Thrones with that is that it's like they took the time out to where it's like the settings looked good and everything looked correct. Like they made it look like Lord of the Like I hate to compare it to Lord of the Rings, but it's like they did with Lord of the Rings. Like they did it up. They did the whole thing well. Where it's like I think also it gives a limitation to it too, because for a book, like you can always write it and make new material, whereas like a movie or like it's also like the limitations of the medium itself. Just do
And
have.
also, I'm sorry, but isn't like it a known thing that everyone always says book is better than the movie?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's
but I
not
think
like those
people
things really
say that.
transition well.
Sometimes people say that just to fucking say that.
I was
They're
gonna say
Nah,
it's
dude.
not
I
it's
usually
not
feel that way.
it's
I said
not
the
an
only
exact
movie
science.
adaptation of a book I like is Fight Club.
It's not an
And
exact
that's only because he
science.
copied page for page.
It's not an exact science. I'll take the warrior.
Here's my, but I think, sorry, let me keep cutting you off.
No,
but
you
my,
good, you good.
What I
Twilight
think
books
though
are-
is that like video games like at their core for me need to be an activity that's engaging both my mind and my body, and some games are trying to do what you're saying, which is like storytelling, like especially those Telltale games, like
But see, those
it's
lean
based off
too hard in
Batman
the other
series shit.
direction.
Like
I
they're so
think.
heavy into story, they're not games to me. You know
That's
what I mean?
yeah,
It's
no,
like,
no, no. I'm with you. But though I don't think that Telltale is an example of what I'm trying to talk about, because they're leaning too far in a storytelling direction. I'm talking about, imagine if you get the right mix between telling the story that you want to know more about and the engaging, enjoying gameplay aspect. You know,
I feel like
Not
Detroit
everybody-
Become Human
not
would be like the
everybody
closest to that.
I-
Like
I-
Heavy
Everybody likes
Rain.
video
Yeah,
games. Not
I
everybody
really
wants to
like-
stick around and do that.
I really
know?
like
Wait,
those games.
I
The-
loved Heavy Rain.
the
I
same.
actually
Yeah,
really,
that's what I'm saying. That Heavy Rain and like Detroit Become Human are basically
Oh,
like what Dan's trying to say.
Yeah, well, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two
That's as close
Souls,
to it.
Indigo Prophecy, Detroit Become Human, they're all made by the same company. They're trying to go in that direction, but I still think that all of those games are one tick still too far in the narrative first. What I see as the future of video games for the purpose of narrative storytelling is I think you're eventually going to get to the point where The Witcher 3 on steroids is the norm, right?
So-
Where like you have involved gameplay with mechanical systems that you can dig as deeply into as you want, but a narrative that is equally compelling as the gameplay. Like, I don't think we're 100% there. I'll give
So is
love
this-
to I'll give love to GTA 5. I think GTA 5 was a really good shit. Can someone remind me how to dive underwater? It's been
I think
X,
actually
X,
it's funny you mentioned. I think it's actually you funny mentioning GTA 5 because I think GTA 5 is. I was gonna mention of where it's kind of. I think for each of those, there's a trade-off you have to have. And I know Roberto's gonna fight me on this, but I'm still gonna stand by this. But I'm gonna say where it's that GTA 5 is amazing and huge and expansive, but if you look at it, and many people have said this too, where if you look at Los Santos, a lot of it is just atmosphere.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely, absolutely.
It's a lot of just, I don't want to call it fake world, but it's a lot of just like here's like a section of like a mountain in this beautiful area with like this town, and like there's like you have like the hangar and like these people who live in trailers, and like it's like this crazy like outskirts thing, and then you get there and it's just literally just that picture. Like
Yep.
it's just that vast open thing, nothing there.
Yes.
But I think what happens is that if you want to make that, it's the thicker you're making it, the more line of continuity you have, and I think there's only so much that you can like I'll give you an example. Take Fallout New Vegas. I can give you something that I played like thoroughly, like up and up that road. There are like there's like 10, 12 different storylines going on, and they're all compelling. But that's an example of how it can get overloaded, because by the end of it, it was just like, so what side am I on? What's important? What's like what am I going for? Where it's like there's always a medium too, but it's I don't. I'm more of like, I'm more of the quality over quantity thing, where
Yes,
it's like
absolutely.
listen, if you give me one storyline and then you give me 3 side quests that are just fetch quests, I'm sorry, you gave me a storyline.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
give me any side
Okay,
quests, you know,
well, and I'll even say this. That's why I specifically brought up GTA 5. I think that GTA 5 did a really good job of weaving its content into its main narrative. The map is smaller, and because it's so grandiose, it's almost deceptive how much smaller that game is than something like San Andreas. It's a fraction of the size of San Andreas. It's tiny by comparison. But what they were able to do with that was, and I think the most genius move that they did with GTA 5 was they split your lead they split your lead characters into the type of players that play Grand Theft Auto. If you're into the driving, you have Franklin. If you're into the narrative, you have fucking Michael. And if you're into just causing chaos, you have Trevor. And all 3 of them get equal screen time and get equal presentation, and you're forced to play in those styles just enough to give you a taste, but it never overstays its welcome. I think if you A/B Grand Theft Auto 5, if you don't like meander and like wander around and like do all the side shit, but just A/B through that game, I think it's paced really well. And now, granted, it's Grand Theft Auto, so the narrative isn't like you're not playing Citizen Kane. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the best story you've ever encountered, but I do think it has a very cinematic presentation. And if you just kind of make your way through the game, I think it's what I'm saying is, in hindsight, we'll see it as an early example of well-paced storytelling in a video game.
I think the only way we get to where you want to get is like if we make a transition to VR. Like if VR like becomes more like the mainstream, and they start dropping like AAA games and shit for it. I think then we can get like to where.
See,
I feel like that's
I
really,
worry
like,
that VR.
That's what it wants. It's like that POV. It's what that
right.
POV experience.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I worry that VR for video games is basically going to be what 3D is for movies, where it's like, yeah, it's cool, it's neat, but it doesn't really.
I think
VR is going to be better.
It's been around too long. There's too many investors, and the things that people are doing, like the fact that they're doing full-on surgeries in VR for people to practice with. That's it. It's done. That technology's taking off. If you can do that already, it's going to be sold for all the things that they can do and all the things you can do virtually. That's there to stay.
Game
like
question.
Yeah.
Am I questing in here, or are we heading towards something specific? Like, should I be like looting these bodies? Is what
No, we're going into it now.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna bring it out of VR for a second, because I think VR is eventually going to be the way of the future. But there was a game. It was called LA Noire.
I love LA Noire.
LA Noire is such a boring game, bro.
See, I don't feel that way at all. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was
Dude, it's the same mission over and over and over again, bro. Literally every mission starts like this. You drive to the murder scene, you survey the area, you drive to the first suspect, the second suspect, the third suspect, back to the police station, do 3 interviews, move on to the next mission, dude. That's
Well,
literally every mission. And
what-
every mission has where you have to chase down one of the suspects. One of the 3 suspects you see, you have to chase down. It's the same running sequence over and over. The
I mean,
only thing that game achieved that I'll give it credit for is how it captures faces. It kind of changed gaming in that way.
I'm not gonna come out here and say that you're crazy for what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean? I get where you're coming from on everything that you're saying, and like even down to the point when people defend it by going, "Oh, it's the first attempt at something like this." I'm like, motherfucker, I grew up on Sierra games. They were doing that shit in the 90s. This is not a new style of game. So I feel you. I could pick LA Noire to pieces if I really wanted to, but on the other hand,
I need help.
I think that the
The
storyline
reason
of
I hate it so much is because I want to love it so much.
Wait,
I
well,
want to love it.
Can I
and
ask you a
that's why I
question?
hate it so much.
Can I ask you a question? And it's not to put you on like on blast or anything. Did you finish it?
Yeah, of
need
course, bro.
So you
all
need
4
help.
fucking discs.
so you
Remember
finished.
when it came out? I had 4 discs.
So you finished.
There's
You
no-
finished the
there's no
game, and you weren't satisfied with the narrative. I'm surprised to hear that.
I mean,
Fuck.
you know what it is? It's by the time you
That-
get to the end, you're
Fuck
just
that,
like,
man.
fuck this
That didn't
fucking
help.
shit, dude.
How okay? Okay, and again, I'm not trying to like contest your opinion of it because I think your opinion is completely valid. I think that you're right. That like the game is, you can criticize that game for its repetitive nature. Can I ask you, like, how did you play it? Did you binge it or did you like play it in small chunks?
I mean, I played it like I would do like kind of in between. Like sometimes I would fucking binge it, you know, where I play like 3 or 4 or 5 hours maybe in a row. But then
Right.
there were times where I'd play like 30 minutes, like, you know, like progress
Yeah.
half of the whatever, and then just like shut it off.
And the reason that I ask is because I played that game never for more than 2 hours over a long period of time, and I really enjoyed it. And yes, there was a familiarity to the setup. Obviously, you're right. You go, like I remember that being a major criticism at the time that it came out, was that it didn't really need to be an open world game because there wasn't much to go on in the open world. But what I contest with that is I liked the repetitive vibe because I felt like, for me, when I was playing it, I felt like a detective solving cases, and I had an easy time going into, hey, this is my day job. This is how I live my life. I go here, I do this. And what I enjoyed about the game is that I got better and more efficient at doing the tasks that the game was asking of me than I was when I started the game. So
Dan, I think hearing from a lot of this is that I think what you love most about games is atmosphere, and I can totally 100% respect that. But I think that a lot of the atmosphere, if the execution of it is not utilized fully, can be broken very easily.
Exactly.
Sure,
like,
sure.
I wanted to be a detective. I wanted to be solving cases. I didn't want to solve the same fucking case 100 times.
yeah, I get no, I do. That's the thing.
You know
I
what mean?
totally.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to love it. Like,
I
wanted
totally
to be
get
a
your
detective.
feeling, but I felt
And
like
they dropped the ball.
I felt that the storylines for the cases was different enough that it got me through that aspect of it. And again, that might be part of that might be because I grew up on Sierra games, and
Dude, the first 4 missions are she goes missing.
yeah,
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Like,
It starts slow. It absolutely starts slow. I wouldn't deny that.
you know, but like, remember, the first 4 missions is disc 1. So it's not like it's not a decent sized chunk of the game. By
Yeah,
the time
no.
you get through your first 4, like, you're already off disc 1. You're on to disc
Yeah,
2.
I don't
That's
think the
that's a
game is
quarter of the game.
untouchable. I think everything you're saying, I think, is a valid criticism. I liked it in spite of those things, and also because I feel like at the time, especially, it was doing something that wasn't really available in mainstream gaming. So I might have been more forgiving of those things at the time than you were. You know what I mean? Like, But to go back to what Davey was saying, I love atmosphere, and atmosphere is very huge for me to get me from liking a game to loving a game. But I would disagree in your assessment in that I feel like I'm actually a gameplay first guy. The mechanics of pressing the buttons are God to me. How does it feel to actually physically play the game?
They're all over the place. Fuck.
Stop hitting yellows. Stop hitting the yellows. No point to it.
I'm sorry, it's just I'm finally at a level where I can just fucking, you know, like fuck these things up, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
I am not.
Like, okay, very recently in my life, I was given the a friend of mine put me to an actual question. He was like, "Yo, you always say you're a Zelda kid." He's like, "But I feel like you might be a Mario kid, right?" And I thought about this, and I was like, "Well, it all started with Mario, right? That was where I cut my teeth. That was where I became a gamer. It was playing. You know, I played Atari before that, and blah 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 blah. But it was when Super Mario Brothers came into my life that was really when it took off. And I thought about this long and hard, and I was like, is that true? Am I more of a Mario guy? And I realized I was like, no. At the end of the day, as much as I adore Mario games and I buy most of the Mario games that come out, and I love the challenge of getting better at platforming, and I've been doing it my whole life, and yet I still find myself trying to gain a control over the skills that are required to best those games. In the end, my heart is always with Zelda because it was getting lost in that world that put it over the top. But that would not be the case if Zelda's controls were fucking ass. The thing that makes me love Zelda is that you're in this fucking world and you're going through it, and it feels great to play it. Like, it feels great to beat enemies. It feels great to master the weapons in his fucking arsenal. It feels great to, like Steve can attest to this, oh fuck, I forgot I had to jump there. To creatively come up with a way to beat a boss. It's such a cool feeling. Not just the main way that they want you to do it, but like, oh, I can fucking use this weapon to beat this boss, or I can use the bug catching net to stun this boss, or like, you know.
And two items that they don't tell you should,
Yeah.
but you just try to figure that out. You can beat it a normal way, but you can also beat it your way.
What's going on here? I see a pad that I don't need. Okay. So I still would say, as much as I really enjoy a great narrative in games and I want to see that push forward, I consider myself a gameplay first person. If the gameplay is rock solid, I can look beyond any narrative shortcomings just to enjoy playing it, you know? But at the same time, I think that you don't get... I think we're making more strides in video games narratively than we are in terms of gameplay. I think in specifically the last 5 years, I'm seeing a lot of copy paste in terms of mission structure, game layout, things like that. Like, something like Ghost of Tsushima stands out because though the structure of it is something you've seen before, the actual physical side of playing the game is really fun. And that's enough to separate it, you know? It's like, yeah, I've seen this mission setup before, and I've seen this open world structure before, but this game feels fun to play. And that's, for me, that's enough, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I think...
I mean, my response to that, and it's kind of fun, and just whatever, like, I just make this joke around with my clients and stuff like too, where it's just like, I say things where I'm like, yo, I'm sure heroin is awesome, but I don't know if it's necessarily good, you know. I mean, I'm making a joke with that, but it's just kind of like, you know, it's like I understand something. See, that's the thing about something being fun, where like I think that's.
But I'm not saying that fun is
different.
the ultimate qualifier. Fun, I actually didn't say the word fun on, like, specifically. I didn't use the word fun. Like, it's just like, because I can be challenged and really enjoy myself. It's not about it being like a breeze. Like Tsushima's, that's an easy game. I don't think that's a difficult game to play, or I don't think that it's going to take hours and hours to master those mechanics. But the combination of how it feels to be a badass in that game and the narrative, which I think is actually kind of getting undersold a little bit, it's a good time. It's for me, that game is the video game equivalent of a good snack. You know, like it doesn't fit into your workout plan to eat that bowl of popcorn, but at the right time on the right day, that bowl of popcorn is fucking perfect. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, but that can be said about anything.
Maybe. I mean, yeah. Like, I don't know, Dave. Did you play it at all, Tsushima?
Well, I haven't played Tsushima yet, no.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You know, I don't think it's going to go down in video game history as one of the best ever or anything like that. Like, I don't think we'll be talking about it in 20 years like it changed video games. But But in terms of like just enjoying a game, it's good. The story's good. The combat's fun. It's a good time. It has a similar mission structure, but you don't feel like you're wasting your time playing it.
All I'm gonna
I'm
say
different.
is
I need
that
my games to be fun.
if I wanted something to resemble real life, I wouldn't turn on a fantasy world. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's a different conversation. You're talking like that because now you're talking about like going for realism, and on that I fucking agree with you. Give me, it's okay. Things can be fantastical. It's not real life. You know, I'm in agreement there. I don't like I hated that, and I like Gears of War, so I'm gonna cite Gears of War as an example. But I enjoyed those games, the ones that I played. I played 1 and 2. It's that era where everything was brown and gritty and realistic, and there was no color and there was no fantasy in video games. That whole run, that was a terrible time for me. Like Grand Theft Auto 4, as much as I love the story, and I do think it's probably narratively the best Grand Theft Auto game, the gameplay to me was just dull. It was a boring game to play because it was just like I live in New York. I don't I don't need New York. I live there. You know, you know.
I was watching this basketball game right now. That's a good one, bro.
Look, I will say this. There was this game not long ago called Army of Two.
Oh, I love Army of Two.
Wow. I'm about to hurt your feelings. I'm about to hurt your feelings because that game looked great, and I played it, and I'm gonna be honest. I thought that game was ass.
Bro, I love Army of Two.
Army of Two let me down from what they portrayed it as what it was gonna be to what it was when you actually booted that game up. I was so angry. And I wanted to like it. I tried.
Have you ever seen the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling?
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list. I haven't
if
seen it
you ever
yet.
watch Drive, Army of Two is like the video game equivalent of what like Drive is in movie form.
I'm
It's just
telling you right now,
fast,
you're not
boom,
selling me
boom,
on the
boom,
movie.
just bang, 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 and yeah.
See, but that's what's cool about these kind of conversations is that here we are all enjoying WoW together, and yet we have very different opinions on so many video games, and that's cool to me. Like that, I don't know. I think that's a cool flow, man. Like everybody shouldn't agree on everything, and every game shouldn't hit everybody the same way, you know?
True.
Like, I mean, I'll say the biggest problem with games for me in the last, I will say 15 years is once games stopped, and I know that this point was mentioned, but it wasn't actually like expanded upon. But what was happening is games stopped focusing on the single player element, and you started getting games that had started out with great first person storylines. Like I'll use Halo as an example, but even Halo doesn't fit the example exactly because Halo's first player storyline was strong even through Halo 2. But
you know what's interesting?
Once Call of Duty started focusing on just multiplayer and your first player story took, what, 10 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, well, that's great, but I don't play multiplayer games anymore. Like I'm past my Halo stage when I would stay up for 42 hours because I would go to work, come home, and then play with my Halo team. Like I would play with my Halo team all night. You know,
See, I don't know. For me, gaming
I don't play online anymore. I don't have the patience for it.
It's adapted like with me. Like when I was a kid and I was like constantly around people and like out of either having to or like hanging out with friends, school, whatever it is, like going home playing video game by myself was like my way of unwinding and like kind of clearing my head and like having fun, like being like me, you know? But now I've grown up and like I don't get to see people as much and like I'm constantly bogged down by work and this and that and it's hard to like get a bunch of people together. But for some reason, like everyone can always squeeze in like an hour or two here, or 3 hours, like play a game. So like now, multiplayer games are the only games I want to play. I don't want to sit there and be by myself for like 3 or 4 hours, like playing this game. I want to like have conversations like this and like do a fun activity and be playing a game. Like,
That's,
you know what I mean?
see,
like,
I totally
like,
get
it's
that.
changed with me.
I totally get that, and I can even say that I get that to the point where I can explain to you why the opposite is true with me. I find that because I'm so often stressed and because I'm so often I have heavy things in my mind that are taking up my time and my energy, I relish the time to sit alone and focus on something that has nothing to do with any of that and just get lost in the world of a video game. So it's funny that for kind of the same reasons, I value my alone time with a video game more than I ever have. I don't do as much of it because there's not as many hours in the fucking day, right? But I really enjoy being able to just get lost in a world by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was recently playing, the Call of Duty single multiplayer.
Yeah, nightmare.
Not just because say what you want about the game, I just wanted to be alone. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to be lost, and I wanted to become my character soldier and just be that character and not have to worry about what is this person doing, what is that person doing. I just want to focus on being in the game. I don't want to be surrounded with 50 other people all the time. Like, I don't want it. Just let me get lost in the game. Just let me get lost. Like, let 3 hours go by and I'm in this game, and then all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, oh shit, I need to eat.
I don't know. I like the competition of it. I like beating people at things.
It's
Like I especially
do
love
too.
like
just
games
don't
where I
feel
get to like win. Like against
No,
as many people as possible.
I feel you on that. I like competition as much as anybody. I just feel like at this point, what these games are doing is it's not fostering healthy competition. Especially with the rise of like not esports. Esports is about competition, but in terms of like the rise of how streaming these games have gone, it's gone so far left from actual like righteous competition to, it's even to the fact of just going online and hear people say how many times they fucked my mom. Does it bother me? Absolutely not. You're 12. Your balls haven't dropped. I will beat you up in the street to death if I saw you. So I don't. So like you saying that you banged my mom really doesn't bother me.
Well, did they bang your mom?
But
though?
I can also choose not to hear it.
That's the true question.
I can also choose not to deal with it.
I don't know. I just feel like back when you're young, like the only people you can beat at video games are the people like most immediately around you. And like now I can play against like thousands of people. You know what I mean? Like I love that. I love that I can like play Madden against like some fucking kid in like fucking Ohio. You know what I mean?
And that's the
I can play NHL against some like dude in like fucking Toronto, like who's an actual Maple Leafs fan.
Well, and dude, and that's the thing is like that's the actual. You just like hit the vibe right there, right? Like I'm the least competitive person you will ever meet. I derive no joy from beating somebody else. The joy for me always comes
in. The greatest feeling in the world.
The joy for me always comes in bettering my own ability, right? Like getting better is cool, but having said that, I fucking loved when we were beating mops in NHL because I had a whole squad of my boys and we were getting better as a team and beating other people in competition. That shit felt great. So even for me, like where I would say I'm almost the polar opposite. Beating someone else is never enough motivation for me to do anything. That doesn't matter to me. But I still found my joy in that activity because we did it together and it was fun,
But you see, but in something like that, and I would say this too, is that I think part of it as well is I always have to say my gripe about when it comes to video games is that it's not about the games anymore.
Well, it still is for me. I don't give a fuck what the social norm is,
Video games are not about video games anymore. Like it's completely out of the equation. It's let's get people together. Let's have people's social aspects, how much money we can get out of them. Like no one is sitting down and it's like I want to make the next video game because I want to make the next like art thing or like the next big thing. It's like it's all about like you said. Like dude, like let's think about this realistically. If we were hanging out together, we could be in someone's backyard with a pile of dog shit and like 4 cases of beer, and we would have a blast.
Dan, can you share
You know
my
what I-
piece on this subject? Echo, what's up, man? What do you got to offer? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to chat. My bad. Sometimes we get a little lost in the conversation and the gameplay.
Shit.
I'm still pretty new at this game, so I have to focus a little bit. Multiplayer is only fun if you're good at it. I mean, not generally speaking. No, that's not. I wouldn't say that's always true. I can have fun losing at a game if the environment.
No, I cannot.
If the environment.
Single player games are still being made.
No,
thank
no.
God.
Well, let me
I
expand
love
on that.
Outlast, one of my favorite games in the last 10 years.
If the environment in which you lose is satisfying, I don't mind losing. Like, perfect example, I have probably over 100 hours of time spent in Tetris 99. I love that game. I play it all the time. I've never finished better than second. Second is my best finish. And it hurts to finish second. And to outlast 98 other people and lose to the last person is like, it's painful. But every single time, I'm left with my heart rate moving quickly and my spirit is feeling like really good. So even though I'm not winning, it still feels really great to play the game, and I don't mind it so much. So sometimes losing is okay, as long as I feel like I'm engaged in the activity. You know, something like PUBG, where you could land and get sniped with a headshot, like after you've been walking around the map for 0.2 seconds, and you don't even know the controls yet. That's not satisfying. But if the game is set up in such a way that you can play it, you can be proficient at it, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, I'm into that, you know? That's the kind of competitive multiplayer I can get behind, where it's not just about mastering how to exploit the mechanics of the game, but it's actually about like, hey, I'm here, you're here, we have an equal chance to win, and some days you're gonna get the better of me, and some days I'm gonna get the better of you. Like, that's cool to me, you know?
What I love is that. Sorry, go ahead.
If I'm gonna use an analogy of what I would think about when I said it's not about the games anymore, is I would use the analogy about how, like, with the music industry, like mainstream media, where it has nothing to do with music.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Where it's like that's what I feel like video games are on the exact same path as that.
Yeah, we're at the point.
No.
The thing about multiplayer games I like, though, is that like
It's about
a single
numbers.
player game can only push you so far. Like a game, once you figure it out, once you've cracked it, you can only go so far, and like that's it. But like playing against another person or a group of people or whatever, you continuously keep getting pushed.
And it's
You know what I
different.
mean? Like you have to get better.
For the person, it's different because it's the one thing that you can't figure out.
Right.
You can choose it, but they can do something that you don't expect. Whereas the game, again, you're literally just playing against heroes and ones.
Well, that's also the
behind.
what you're touching on there is the nuance of game design in itself, because the actual truth of game design is if a game is designed to defeat you, you will never win. Because the way that it works, if those zeros and ones are programmed to counteract every 0 and 1 you put forward, the computer will always win. And actually, a big part of game design is making the computer fallible. And that particular set of nuance is not advanced enough to make it as dynamic as playing another person. You know, they either have to skew the game towards the AI or towards the human. And most games skew towards the human because at the end of the day, you want the game to be defeatable. You want people to be able to win it. And
But I think part of that like comes to where it's like I'll give you an example of how like raiding in WoW when we do the raids and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think World of Warcraft is one of the easiest games I've ever played in my life. I'm being 100% honest with you. I really think it's easily one of the easiest games I've ever played. The hard part about WoW is coming from having to coordinate with 40 people. Do
Right.
all of you agree? Do all of you know your job and what all your different roles are? That's the challenge, and that's why people why people spend hours doing these raids. The game itself is literally just walk into a place and don't die, just counteract everything the computer does. That's literally everything you do in a raid, is just counteract your computer.
Right.
Where it's that, I think when it comes from that infallibility is kind of, it's just like, not like you get it from outsmarting it, but like you're able to get it. It's kind of like, you want that of where it's like, you need to be a human. You can't be a computer beating. It needs to be the person, like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting, it's also the wine too.
No, you're good. I think you're making a great point. I really,
You're good. Yeah, like keep going.
yeah, exactly.
No, because it's like, I think the whole thing with it is that, like, and that's an example of how it's like, it can be the easiest thing in the world. Like, one of the reasons why, like, I like playing WoW, like, even in kid, like when I was in high school or whatever, where it was like, every time you did a battleground, you went out there with 20 people, it was 20 different people. You had no idea what the hell was going to happen every single time you went out there.
You lived in the moment.
Yeah.
The moment dictated what the game was.
Yeah, and I would sit there and people would be like, what are you doing? And it'd be like, literally, it's a game of capture the flag. And everyone's like, how is that engaging, just doing it over and over again? And I'm like, because you have 20 different people with 8 different combinations of classes, which just make the combinations like literally into like the fucking quintillions of what you can do. And it's like, you have no idea what's going to happen every time you click enter battle, even though it's the same battle. And it's like, yeah.
Hang on, I'm like out of mana.
How you execute them.
You sound like a robot.
And I know I was
Honestly, is why
talking about
multiplayer is so
rating,
great.
and I know I was talking about rating, and I was talking about outsmarting a computer, then I went right to multiplayer. But just talking about the rating when it comes to the computer, the whole thing I think that it comes from with outsmarting the computer is that the computer in WoW is designed to, if you don't do A, you die. Like you just, like when you get to later things, like you just, that's it. You're gone. Like you don't make it. And
Right.
I think the fallibility comes from being able to outsmart it, not in the sense that it's meant to kill you. Like, it's
organize and execute.
Right.
Right, and to bring that back around to something again, I keep making these parallels between WoW and Dark Souls because it's a platform that I'm more knowledgeable about, and I'm able to kind of relate to them that way. Like that, people get really mad because there's that subsect of Dark Souls players that say things like, "Oh, it's fucking easy. You just gotta get good." That thing, right? And while I hate that particular like way of phrasing it and being exclusive and making people feel like they don't belong in the game until they fucking understand it and get better, I do understand the sentiment because what you just said, I'll apply it directly to Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a game of pattern recognition. Learn how the enemy moves, counterattack their movements. If you learn it well enough, you can do it without ever leveling up your character or your weapon. You can just get good enough at dodging and avoiding attacks that you can beat any boss with the starter gear and be the best dude that ever played the fucking game. I'll never be good enough to do that, but I've seen it done. I've seen a motherfucker sit down and beat the entire series without getting hit in one sitting. You know, it can be done if your brain is wired that way. If you're willing to sit there and learn the patterns, you can get so flawless, you can beat the game unfucking touched. 99% of us ain't gonna do that, but it's there to be done if you want to go in that hard. And that's one of those things. That's cool, and that's inherent to video games. You know what I mean? You can't get that. Like, you can't go to a fucking movie and perceive it better than somebody else. You may catch nuance and things that other people didn't catch, but you both sat down and watched the movie. And video games gives you this other aspect of like you can.
Nah, but what I love about multiplayer is that it's complete opposite. Is that no matter how great you think you are at a game, you'll come up against some kid. Like, I thought I was an amazing Mario Kart player. I'm always winning the races anytime I play or whatever. Until I played online for the first time on the Switch.
Yeah.
And was going up against other regions of the world, Japan in particular, and was getting completely sloshed. I'd never felt so terrible with myself in my entire life. And that's what I love about multiplayer. It's that, like, you never, you know what I mean? Like you're never gonna hit that point where you're like, wow, I just beat that entire game. I didn't even get touched. Like I dominated that. You know what I mean? And even if you did, like it's very rare you're gonna come across somebody that also shared in that experience. But you're more likely to find somebody that's like, yo, you ever get picked off by some kid, you know, blah blah, and have the touchdown run back on you, like whatever, and like, you know, like there's more shared experiences in multiplayer games. I feel like.
I see where obviously I see where you're coming from on that because there's a variance that no amount of program is going to be able to give you. Are we rolling for this chest?
Oh, like 12.
Let me catch up on the chat a little bit. Echo went in here. Let me read what he's saying. Multiplayer is only fun for me if you are
Shit, I just rolled a 96.
either with your boys or you're kicking ass at it. For example, I play a lot of GTA 5 online. I fucking suck at that game, but I got my boys and it's fucking great. I have good fun doing taxi races with those guys and bodying noobs that try to jump our gang. But the problem with GTA 5 is that it gets boring as fuck. Like I play GTA Online, but the campaign sucks. Blah blah blah. I'm running out of space. Okay, I've been hella invested in Bully Scholarship Edition, another one of Rockstar games. That game's a fucking masterpiece. Should get a Spiegel. I like Bully. I like Bully a lot actually.
Did everyone roll?
Yeah. I think I did. Yeah.
You won, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if everyone had rolled, so I didn't want to open it. Okay, it's locked. Wow.
Truly depends on the game for enjoyment. Blah blah blah. Call of Duty multiplayer is kind of fun, but campaign is boring. Blah 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 blah. So parsing your point, Echo, it's like. Right. Every person is going to have a very different experience with game to game. Like for me, Call of Duty peaked at Call of Duty 2. That was the one that I sunk a lot of time into and really enjoyed. I enjoyed the campaign of Modern Warfare, the first one, a lot. But like the more I checked out those games, the more they felt iterative and kind of like repeating the same formula, and I lost interest, you know? But if you asked me in a vacuum what I thought, I'd be like, oh, Call of Duty 2 was fucking fire. I played the shit out of that game, and I liked Modern Warfare. And that would be the end of my statement about that. Somebody who dove in hard on those series and played every single game for 50 hours, 100 hours, would have a very different assessment of the ins and outs and the finer points of those games. I can only speak to it in broad strokes because I only put so much time into it, you know? So even on that level, the guy who fucking smashes you in Mario Kart Online is probably putting in 10 times as many hours as you are, and he's so familiar with the ins and outs of how the game functions that he can smash anybody he comes up against online because they ain't going that hard, you know? But again,
I know what's interesting too, though. I think that like it's ironic because we're on it, but like for me, streaming was a way for people to take the experience of single player and have people to share it with. And it's because like the fun of gaming is who you're gaming with. You know what I mean? Like people got tired of just playing single player games. They want to play the game and like, oh shit, did you see this happen to me? Like, can you believe that? Like, wow, look what I did here. Like, holy fuck. And like before streaming, you just experience that by yourself. And you're like, oh, that was really cool.
Right.
And you can tell your friends about it.
Hold on.
But like it was not, you know what I mean? Like
to co-opt your point there, to give you another perspective on that, because I have never seen single player games as an exclusively solo experience. Some of my favorite video game memories are riding shotgun while somebody else had the controller, you know? Like,
I hated that.
I've always seen it as a social experience.
I have too much anxiety watching other people play single player.
I hated that. I hate watching other people play the game. I'm like, no, they're wrong.
No, see, I'm not that way, man. I love it. Like watching Nisha get into Dark Souls, and like, yeah, I had to hold my tongue a few times, and there were times where I was like, oh, she's gonna run into this ambush, or oh, if she leveled up this weapon this way, it'd be much better. But like, I get a lot of satisfaction out of watching somebody come to those realizations on their own. That to me is really exciting. That's why I like streaming, or watching people stream, I should say. I've been loving watching Sean play Dark Souls, and I've helped here and there, but mostly I've held my tongue because it's like, it's really fun for me to watch somebody go through the experience that I had and like hit those walls and like figure it out. I like that. I don't find it anxiety inducing. I actually find it very like exciting. I dig it. You know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can understand why someone would stream. I don't understand why people watch streams. No offense to anybody watching this stream.
Obviously, yeah. No, dude, that's a common. That's a
You know what
common
I'm saying?
thought.
Like, because like I find myself like I'll watch it, I'm really digging it, but then after a while I'm kind of like, I want to play this game.
Let me
you know what I mean?
just be right. There's only one person, and like I kind of agree with Roberto's sentiment or whatever. But like I'll give you an example of what I mean. There's only really one streamer that I really watch, which is Markiplier, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he has a series, and it's not even about like, the series. It's that he has a series called 3 Scary Games. And it has nothing to do with the series. The series, when I watch it, it reminds me, and this is kind of just like what I think, like what happens to other people too. Is like it reminds me of like when we would sit in like middle school in computer class, and we would look up all the crappy Flash games on like E-Bums World and Newgrounds. And,
Hell yeah.
You know, and like he does like all that stuff. And like I'm sitting there and it's like, yo, like I used to, like I'm doing what he did. I did what he did when I was in school. You know, I was like he's playing all these like Flash games that are like 10-15 minutes and like doing all these things and like it's like really cool and it's just like
Crashers.
yeah, and it's kind of just like you
One day
find
we will stream
one
Castle
who
Crashers.
like does it in the way that like I guess like you relate to or like you find familiar because
Yeah.
like well not like his other videos I watch his other stuff like not saying they're better but I'm saying for that like
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm
I
not
got
saying
you.
it's like the most like engaging content ever but it's kind of like it's just like my thing that I like.
I'm a big fan of the Super Beard Bros for that exact reason. When that channel to me feels like hanging out with friends playing video games the way I hung out with my friends and played video games when I was growing up. And so watching that show fills in a certain gap that I'm not able to get as often in real life now, you know? So it's nice to like kind of just laugh at people hanging out playing video games, you know? So I totally see why people dig streaming, and I think a big part of streaming that gets overlooked a lot is the interactive element. Like right now, Echo Gaming is asking, "Do we know when Sean is streaming again?" And I can tell him, I have no idea. You know, and I think that element is a little bit overlooked.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I like everything else around it. I like engaging with people. I like commenting on what they're doing in the games. But I do get that anxiety of like, man, you know.
No,
like,
I mean,
Retiring.
that-
He said
that goes-
retirement was on site.
it also goes to like why I went so hard with like wanting to stream and like getting all the equipment and spending the amount of money that I did on getting all this shit. It's for me, it's not even about like trying to even turn a profit. Like it's so much easier to talk while playing a game and stream with people that are there. And it takes away like, at least for me, it takes away like a lot of the anxiety from having to be a human being in public and talk to people. Like, it's so much easier for me to like have friendships and relationships through like a barrier, through a lens, as opposed to I gotta meet you face to face and I actually have to like be a human being when I'm already anxiety riddled as it is. Like mentally it's so tiring to be in public that I do not like it. But online, there's a barrier, and at the end of the day, if I, once I figure out what the fuck the problem is with my streaming setup and I actually can stream, at the end of the day, I'm the streamer, so I'm in complete control at all times anyway. If I don't like something, I can be like, nah, dude, you're gone, you're done, bye, boop. Only people that want to be here and are gonna act right get to be here.
Yo,
Like
dude,
Sean?
I totally.
I mean, I don't know about that. He's power hungry.
I am the text. Like I get where you're coming from on that, Jedi. Like all the way. I am the textbook definition of an introvert. Social interaction drains my energy. It makes me tired. It makes me need to be alone. It makes me need to reset my batteries. I don't receive fuel by interacting with other people. If anything, it takes away from my energy. Always. So I get that. I'm like that also. I need so much downtime and so much solitude to function properly, to get my mind where it needs to be so that I'm not just playing catch up all the time. And I kind of feel where you're coming from on that. It wasn't that way at first for me. At first, streaming was actually kind of difficult because it felt like an extension of that. It felt like I'm trying to be social at a time where I would normally be by myself. But over time, it did sort of become this thing where it's an easier way for me to dip my toe into the social world without having to put on the front of I'm enjoying myself, because most of the time when I'm out in public, I'm not enjoying myself. Most of the time when I'm out in public, I'm miserable and want to go home. But you don't want to put that across because you don't want people to think you're an asshole or that you don't care about them or you don't want to be doing the activity that you're doing. It's just like some people are social and some people aren't, you know? And I think that a lot of people get that confused with me because if you know me well, then you'll find me to be a very gregarious person and very social and very out front. But that's because we've crossed a certain barrier as friends, you know? And at that point, it's easy. Yeah. Once I consider someone family, it's easy for me to show them the full range of my personality. But if we're not at that point, it is very difficult. I struggle with it a lot. No. And it makes me a flaky person in life. And that's why I'm very non-committal with plans. And I'm very, take it in the moment. Because how I'm feeling that day could so easily change, you know?
Right.
So, so I get where you're coming from on that a little bit. It's some people that comes very naturally, others not so much, you know?
It also took me a long time, a really super long time to realize those facets about myself, because when I would go out into public interactions and public situations where it was like, oh, I gotta go to this thing, I gotta go to this thing, what would I do? I would end up drinking my ass off to escape the feelings of anxiety. That's what I would do. I would drink my ass off. But even earlier than that, I realized, looking back on it, every single one of my ex-girlfriends, every single one of them, the first thing they said to me was like, when I met you, you were an asshole. And the thing is, I wasn't an asshole. It's just, you are a new person that I do not know. So I don't have the energy or the capacity to actually talk to you like a normal human. I'm just like, I'll just be like, hi.
Yeah, man.
What's up?
But see, I would even
and that's it. Other than that, you can't get into my personal space because I do not know you.
I would even pause you at using words like normal. You're completely normal. There's so many people that feel the way that you do. Like I just said, I'm right there with you, man. Like I'm definitely, if it's a sliding scale, I'm much closer to where you're at than where what we classify as extroverts are at. You know what I mean? It is.
Yeah, I can't go out and seek attention. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would self-destruct.
And that's the thing. And to each side, the other side is fascinating because it's like, wow, I can't believe that you see it that way because such and such sees it so differently, you know? But in actuality, they're both just forms of being, and there's no right or wrong way to be, you know? It's at some point you have to learn to accept and even praise the parts of you can't change, you know? Like there's a way to be effective and be an introvert, just like there's a way to be effective and be an extrovert. There's no right or wrong way to live life. There's just at some point you have to be true to who you are and what your needs are. Like that's a struggle for me. You mentioned romance. That's a struggle for me because I tend to be attracted to and spend my time around extroverts because in romantic endeavors, because they have a skill that I lack, and together we make a nice complete whole. You know, they're able to keep the ball in the air and get me into a situation where I'm comfortable being social, and I appreciate that. But that comes with its struggles when if you're with a person who wants to go out and do things and you're like, I know that I can't be that person on your arm today because I know if you take me out of my comfort zone today, I'm going to be a shithead and have a horrible time. You know, and there's this balance that comes with learning how to do that together and learning how to walk the line between right now I need you to push me to go out and right now I need to push you to stay in. You know, and finding that balance and respecting each other as individuals enough to like understand that about each other and know that it's healthy and okay to go out separately sometimes, and it's completely okay if you want to go do something and I want to stay home. We can just do separate activities, and that's fine. I'll see you when you get home. We'll make some tea. We'll eat some food. It'll be fine. You know, like it takes a lot of work, but I also think there's a lot to learn from each other if you can learn to accept that about each other. You know, and I think it's a beautiful part of life that we're not all wired the same. And I used to see it as a very negative part of my personality, but I've come around to realizing that I'm very capable of deep moments of one-on-one interactivity that are only possible because I'm so well considered and because I take my time, you know? And I wouldn't be that person if I was wired differently. And so, like, slowly but surely I came around to I like who I am, and I like the people that are in my life, and I like that the people that are in my life don't quantify our friendship by the good time we had yesterday, you know? So at the end of the day, you can't be anything than who you are. So it's more about learning to accept the parts of yourself you can't change and making the best of it, you know? And
Yeah, I mean,
I don't mean that even to come off as advice. It's more of an observation that I've made over the time, you know?
No, it's an accurate observation. I mean, I had an ex-girlfriend who pushed me into a situation where she wanted to go out in public. I was not feeling it. Like it was just one of those days where like my anxiety, as soon as she was like, "Oh, we can go out and do this," my anxiety went like almost through the roof.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
was
fuck
like,
no! Yeah. I've been there.
I was like, hey, I was like, we can wait, man. I was like, we can do this later. And she just kept pushing. She was like, nah, you need to do this now. I'm like, yo, I really don't want to do this today. I'm like, can this like wait? Can this like? I was trying to give her like all the hints that like, hey, I really just do not want to do this. I don't want to go out. And it just didn't work. And then I got like it basically ended up I got like convinced and like forced to go out, and then I damn near had like a full-blown panic attack in public.
Right, and you knew it was coming, and you tried to avoid it, and you found yourself there anyway. Which is unavoidable. It's gonna happen sometimes, you know, because especially if you care about somebody, you want to be there for them, and you want to like step up and like, you know, you want to make sure their needs are met and all that. But it's like you can't always do it, you know, and it's a balancing act, and you can learn from those moments too. But it takes a certain amount of understanding from both sides, you know. Like I definitely over the years I stopped apologizing for who I am. I used to apologize a lot, and now I realized that I'm not gonna admit fault for something that is part of my DNA, you know. I can't change it, or I would have by now. It's just who I am, you know. And
I did apologize, but then at a certain point I realized I was wrong for apologizing because she was blaming me. She was blaming me for not telling her that I was going to have a panic attack. She was like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And I was like, "Look," I was like, "I gave you all the warning."
Everything I could muster, I mustered it.
Like, yeah, I didn't have a full-blown panic attack, but I was like, I did everything to not want to do this, and you were just gung-ho about it. What did you think was gonna happen?
Right, and when you see it, if you stop for a second and see it through their lens, they're only able to see it through their own experience. So in their mind, they're like, "Oh, if we just get you to the place, you're gonna have a good time, and that feeling is gonna go away," you know. It's
no, it's not. It's gonna get so much worse.
Maybe every once in a while that's true. Every once in a while I get dragged out of my house when I wasn't really feeling it, and I have a beautiful experience, and I'm super glad that it happened. But there's no guarantee, you know, and
you can't bank on that happening. Sometimes you have to trust the gut and be like, all right, nah, can't do it.
Right, and so it comes down, at that point, it's on the person you're involved with, or the friend, it doesn't have to be romantic, to just accept that part of you and, you know, learn what it is to know you, you know? To
Yeah,
go back to the chat, Echo Gaming saying this shit is deep. I joined the stream and I'm learning this huge life lesson. Right on, man. That's kind of what it's about. Like, I wouldn't do this if I didn't feel like we could get real when it was time to get real. It would be pointless to me, and it would be fake. It would be just performative, and I don't play music 100% performative, and I wouldn't do this 100% performative either. There has to be a human being in what you're doing, or else what's the fucking point? You know? If you can't talk about some shit that's on your mind, it's a waste of time. You know?
Oh yeah, that's why we love it here.
And mind you, I say that 90% of the time we're sitting around cracking jokes, being dicks, fucking talking shit on each other. But it's all through the lens of these are great friends of mine who I care deeply about. So it's easy to roast the shit out of each other because we know at the end of the day we'd all help each other move. You know, it's like that's the vibe.
If we're not roasting you, we're not friends.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn, bro. That's how we roll.
It's that simple. Like if we're not making fun of you, you're not part of the group. Like it's that simple. And when I first actually learned that lesson, truly learned it, then you realize it's like, yo, you don't flip out when people busting your balls. Because they're the people that will fucking have your back in a fucking gunfight any day of the week.
Listen, especially this town, you gotta have a tough skin. It's just how it is.
I do have to clarify. Danny Axel will not have your back in a gunfight. I just want to make that clear. He will have your back, but you just better hope it's not in a fight. That has to do with guns.
Listen, are you coming at my double desies right now? Is that what's happening?
Look, it's the double desies. It's you don't know what a shotgun shell and a grenade looks like. It's a lot of things, Danny.
I have bad eyesight. It's not my fault.
That wasn't bad.
It looked like a shotgun shell or a grenade or whatever the fuck it was.
My man said, "Where did they get grenades from?" And they were gunshot. They were shotgun shells. I mean, it was clear that they were gun. I've never seen a grenade look like that unless the U.S. military was coming up with new things. And that movie was made in like 1980. So
listen, shit happens when you're doing radio television on the internet. All right.
First of all, that wasn't live. You're not making this any better. That wasn't live.
It was live to tape.
No.
There was no redos. We didn't redo anything.
I mean, you should have for that moment. I feel like you should have like hot edited that out, like do a pause edit.
Bro, I was too busy editing in the boat movie to edit anything out.
See, well,
where's my wait? Can I risk getting murdered by the boss to pull up the boat movie? Let's see.
Oh my god, here we go.
I can do it.
There's no chill. There's no chill. No chill, guys. No chill.
Oh, there it is.
I want to see the boat movie.
I want to see the boat movie.
Wait, can y'all hear my sound? No, hold on. Here we go. Here you go. There it is.
I want to see the boat movie.
Don't invest in Larkystone.
I want to see the boat movie.
There you go.
There's a lot of clips in there, but I want to see the boat movie.
It was in there. I want to see a boat movie.
Like, hey, Danny Axel, since I got you live, I wonder, is there a world that if I'm not hearing, the problem with me is that I'm not hearing my game audio in my headphones. Is there a world where I just start streaming and see if the audio is going through the stream itself?
Yeah. You should be able to see your levels in OBS. I haven't rocked Streamlabs yet, so I can't speak specifically to how it's laid out. But definitely, you can see if the game is getting levels.
If that's the case, I will rock like one headphone off my ear and then just turn my TV level up a little bit.
Yeah, is there right? Is it possible that something about the way your headphones is receiving signal is just not receiving? Do you have any sort of like, can you route things to your headphones? Do you have a way to do that, or your headphones just connect via Bluetooth and that's it, right?
No, my headphones are plugged directly into my Mac.
Well, then that's really fucking weird that you would not be hearing because it should just be in the fucking headphone port. Check maybe like your output settings on the inside each individual program and make sure they're being sent to your headphones. It might be as simple as that. Because like you have your system out, you know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, I want all sound to go here. But each individual program, you got to look and see if maybe it's being routed differently.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's like that, you know.
Yeah, because I kind of want to get this started like before because full transparency, I got a text from my boss, and our safety plan has been approved, and we have approval to start shooting. So we're gonna start shooting probably the beginning of October.
Nice.
Now, for publicity reasons, I cannot say what I am shooting for because all that is still secret.
Right. So, dude, let's just like give me on a day that we're both home. Let's just get on Zoom or Life Size or whatever the fuck, and let's just try to troubleshoot it like together. Like I'll put in the time. I've been through every version of it too, man. Like my setup didn't work right away either. I had to like troubleshoot a whole bunch of shit. It's just it's one of those things. It just ends up being so specific to each person and what shit you're using that it's hard to like pinpoint what the problem is, you know. But we'll find it.
Just that day when you tried to help me and it didn't work, I was like, dude, this is a $4,000 fucking computer.
Yeah. Well, that
was
does
so mad.
Here's the thing: $4,000 computer, still a fucking computer. You know what I mean? It's like it's just a fucking machine. They're only as smart as you make them.
I mean, yeah, I just felt that whoever built it should have been smarter. I was furious.
Cool, man. So we're like way up. We're like at 3.5 hours. So what are we? Are we working towards something specific here? What's up?
We're almost done.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah.
Danny's like, what's the end game? 3 hours. Let's go.
Yeah. No. Are you kidding me? This has been a fucking phenomenal conversation.
Yeah, I'm glad I got home in time to join up, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. I really, the only bummer is that we haven't had Sean with us on these streams. I wish he could be involved. But.
Why? He was just making it by himself.
See? Yes, and that's what it's all about, boys. Keep the bit alive.
I didn't say that, did I?
I love something. One of the things I love about these streams is that they get really conversational. I love that we all get like. Sometimes it gets philosophical. Sometimes we're talking about pop culture. I just love that we get like deep into shit, man. I dig that. And then a lot of dick and fart jokes too, which I also enjoy.
I mean, you know, that's at the end of the day, that's all we really got.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Here you go. Full transparency. I love Freddy Got Fingered. That movie's great. Let's go. I'm in.
Would you like some sausage, Daddy?
You know, fucking highbrow intellectual, let's go. But dumb and stupid, I'm in on that too.
It's still like my favorite line. Would you like some sausage, Daddy?
Dude, his girl in that movie is so cute. With her little button nose.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and what was it? It was Rip Torn, right?
Yeah, proud.
Yeah, like, yo, Rip Torn, man, like such a oh man. I appreciate Rip Torn.
I'm gonna make you so proud.
I appreciate the fact that he made that his fucking name. Like,
yo, does anyone know Rip Torn's actual name?
What? It wasn't Rip Torn?
It can't actually be Rip Torn, right? Like,
I think no, yeah, I think I'm wrong. He didn't change it to Rip Torn. I think that's actually.
no, for real? No, I don't believe it.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Wikipedia this shit right now.
It's Natalie and Bruglia.
Okay, I would.
Thought I saw
I
a
would.
man brought to life.
Sorry, I mean Michelle Branch.
No, Michelle Branches, cause you're everywhere to me.
Oh, you mean Vanessa Carlton?
No, that's making my way downtown, walking fast, man.
Oh, you mean Laura Jones?
Okay.
No, Nora Jones is
His name
come
was-
away with me.
Stop it! I got his real name. Damn it.
You mean Sarah Bareilles?
So Rip Torn's real name was Elmore Rual, quote unquote Rip Torn Jr.
Wow, I can see why he called himself Rip Torn now.
Elmore?
I
His name is Elmore Ruau? That's an awesome name.
So his born name on his birth certificate is Elmore Rual Torn Jr.
Oh, Torn is real. Oh.
Torn is real. Torn is not added. Torn is real.
All right. Okay, then you know what? I'm totally with him. Rip Torn makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to be an actor, you know, you don't want. And starring Elmore, like, okay.
It's pal Elroy.
Me, George Jason.
My fuck day.
Steve, I like how you lay in the cut for fucking 20 minutes just to drop that A-bomb.
Hey man, radio terminology.
on your internet dial.
Slaughter the turtles. Yo, you should have been getting turtle meat, man. What are you doing? Fucking relaxing.
Oh
I get
shit, yeah.
turtle.
I can't. My inventory is full. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna delete that. Just gonna, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, destroy all that because I haven't been using it anyway. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Diet Coke. That was an old commercial somewhere, right? Yeah.
Just for the taste of it. Diet.
Diet Coke. Yeah, there we go.
Poison in all of our minds.
We are showing our age, motherfuckers.
Yeah, right. So here's what's gonna be real rough when in 20 years people are doing that with like ba da ba ba ba.
Oh no, and they don't know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Although I feel like McDonald's will probably still have some variation of that.
Oh, you love to see it. Give subs in the building, baby. Thank you, Jedi.
Yeah, he's been a big part of the chat tonight. So there you go.
Yeah, Echo's a recent addition, I believe, but he's been hanging out a bit.
Exactly, I appreciate it. So if I can spread love, I spread some love.
Hey, we out here.
It is the Brooklyn way.
Facts.
All right, so what's going on right now?
We just finished.
That was it. Oh,
That's it.
That was what it was.
Wait. Hold on. Squat up. We gotta take a picture before we go.
yeah. All right. Prerequisite, Davey. What's my get rid of the hub button?
Oh, well, what is it? It's Alt Z.
Alt Z. I got one of these days. I'm gonna commit that to memory. I swear to God. And the worst part is they're right next to each other.
I don't know what Alt Z. Oh, it's Command Z. It's option on
Holy
the Mac.
Christ, they called a foul. They got this guy at the line 1.1 seconds in this game. 2 free throws?
What?
Hold on, bro. Game's 102, 104, 1.1
Hey, where you
seconds.
going? Get on the statue. Where y'all going?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, he missed it.
Oh no,
missed
that's
it.
put him on suicide watch.
Dang.
He
Oh,
missed
you can't say
it.
that. You can't say that.
I'll sit down in
Oh
front because I'm
my
kind of large.
lord.
Down in front. Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Wait. Do I still got the fucking? Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
look at that squadron. Look at that squadron. Wallet up in the front. You love to see it.
That's a squad right there.
Let's go, boys.
Yo, oh, I have to tell you a funny story. So, my friend's roommate apparently, uh, she went to school with Sully.
There it is. Oh, I think I got you doing that pose, Jinx. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You love to see. All right,
So-
let me go full screen.
My friend's new roommate went to school with Sully,
Okay.
and
school?
Sully took music at like NYU and shit. Apparently, they
Angry
spoke
pirate.
to Sully recently, and Sully was like, "Oh yeah, I know Jedi, I know him. Yeah, he's real good when he's awake and not just falling asleep and shit." And I was like, "Wow,
You love
you
to see it.
had to bring that up, Sully. You
Your
son of a
repu-
To be fair, the sleeping thing is actually high chance of being a medical condition.
Hey, man.
Yo, look at the ass on the snake though.
Motherfuckers, mo- motherfuckers need to sleep. Don't you ever sweat it. All right, we out. We raiding.
No, it's
Peace,
an actual
peace.
thing.
Later, peace, peace, peace.
I gotta eat that pug, that snake pug.
Wait, am I in the picture? Because I just laid down and went to sleep.
Nah,
That's-
yeah, everybody's in. Let me get that screenshot real quick. Boop. There we are. Squad up. All right, motherfuckers. It's been great, fellas. I love y'all. Later, everybody. Peace.
Peace, girl.
Give me them titties.